I sold my soul to the bottle. Still none of my friends have left me yet. I'm the same man I was at the age of 13, and I've lived my life with no regrets. If you're looking for some freedom, all it takes is 10 drinks minimum. If you're looking for rhyme or reason, all it takes is 10 drinks minimum.
All right, welcome to 10 Drink Minimum, sponsored by Topo Chico Seltzer. I'm your host, Chris Burnett. Hot dogs. Holly Ann's here.
Hello.
Ooh, I need to adjust that camera.
Yeah. There we go.
There we go.
Hello.
And how are you?
I'm good.
And I think Smiley's here.
I am. On time even. Vaguely.
Barely.
Barely.
Barely made it. Let's see if we can adjust his somewhat. How is everyone doing today?
I'm exhausted.
Oh. Did you wrestle in the Royal Rumble yesterday?
You know what I did?
Oh, well, that makes sense.
Oh, okay.
No. It was Hamster's last day at the brewery on Friday, and they made a beer bong out of different parts from the brewery,
Fun.
and I felt
Okay.
obligated to participate.
From different parts of the brewery. I mean,
Yeah,
a
they
fucking
have-
beer bong is like a funnel and a tube.
Well, yeah, but they use like a funnel and a bunch of gaskets and then
Oh,
like
man.
hose. It was somewhere there's a picture.
Okay. You want to get into beer bong and stories, huh? All right.
Sounds very steampunk.
It was very steampunk looking.
Okay.
And it was terrifying because the valve, like there's a valve on
Oh, they
it.
did a valve one, huh?
Yeah.
Ooh.
Oh, it was terrifying.
Let's see. Well, I guess you started this. No, I'm just kidding. No, I've done a beer bong once or twice in my lifetime.
I haven't done one in probably at least 10 years.
I went to college.
Yeah.
I don't know if you knew this.
You know, you learn English, higher mathematics, beer bongs.
Yeah. I think I had a beer bong. I owned one till maybe like 2 years ago.
Oh, jeez.
I had like the cheap one you can get like at what's the place in the mall? Spencer's.
Well, yeah.
I had that one where it was like just a funnel and a like plastic tube. I had that one. And I remember in college we would
I still have that one.
Yeah, in
It's somewhere
college
in my house.
we would make them out of different things. I think the coolest one I ever saw was someone cut one of those Culligan bottles in half,
Oh, yeah.
and then they did have like the tube on. You know, they had a big plastic tube that they got, and they lived in a place with a loft,
Oh, nice.
and it had a spiral staircase.
Oh, wow.
So the tubing, they like zip tied it all the way down the tubing, and at the
Oh.
bottom it did have
That's pretty cool.
it did have a nozzle or a
Valve.
shut off valve. Yeah.
This
Yeah.
one held like 10 beers.
Oh.
And then
I think that one was
it
some.
had like 6
Someone
tubes.
beer bonged 10 beers. They're dead. They're literally.
Well,
dead.
it's not for one person. It's like there was like 5 or 6 tubes
Yeah.
coming off of it. I mean, you have brewers making a beer bong,
right.
but I've never done craft beer
Oh,
in a
gosh,
beer
yeah.
bong, and
Oh.
it was Pearl Haggard in a beer bong is
I
pretty
think-
hard.
I've shotgunned some. I think I shotgunned a Java Stout from Santa Fe Brewing
my
one time,
God.
which is pretty. They shotgun them, but like I was watching a thing earlier, and it was like things in movies that actors can't portray correctly, and like binge drinking. I would say that. Like anytime
Oh,
you
yeah.
see like a party scene, they've always got a beer bong full, and they're like spilling it all over the place. You would never go to a party where they're doing beer bonging and be spilling it all over the place. First of all, like no one's ever paying attention. It's like two guys with a beer bong off on their own. Usually when the beer bong is out, it's like kind of the center of attention.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
You know? It's
Yeah.
always bullshit. Like you're like, okay, that's not real. You know, like when the party's going on and then they focus on the two people talking and everything like fades out in the background and you're like, okay,
Yeah.
that party's pretty quiet. But yeah, the beer bong. So I used to have a beer bong. I used to have one you could shotgun beer bottles.
Oh.
You
Nice.
stuck it on top of the beer bottle, and
geez.
you could just pound one down.
You know, my day that was just called a bendy straw.
You could do a bendy.
It's just a bendy
And-
straw.
and
You
it-
put a bendy straw in there and just
and that's what it was. It was like a piece of plastic hose with a smaller straw like plastic hose that went through the side of it
oh, okay.
for the air intake.
Yeah.
And so you would put the straw down in the bottle and just
Oh,
and
God.
It's
I
like
know.
the beer just falls out.
yeah. And it's really weird because I remember like being when I was like 18 or 19, I was like deathly afraid of like beer bonging.
Really?
I was super scared of it. Like I was like, oh God, this is it's scary.
Because
Yeah.
you've seen it go bad before, right?
Yeah.
It's not good when it
Well,
goes
I was
bad.
more afraid I was gonna like be embarrassing.
Yes.
Well, yeah.
That's what
Yeah.
it meant. You don't
Not-
get it down. You get beer all over you. Everyone
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
laughs.
So I remember. Oh gosh. Well, you started this. Remember this? I remember. So I think I was 19. I think maybe. Yeah, I was 19. So when you pledge a fraternity, they always have, and I mean this is 20 some 30 maybe 20 years ago, 20 years. Jesus, 29 years ago.
Well,
So it could be different now. They do like the pledge pinning. Like the
Oh.
first 2 weeks of school are dry for the fraternities.
oh.
At least at my college they were. This is not probably everywhere.
Like you couldn't drink at all.
No. And that was to kind of like give everyone a chance for recruitment. So you didn't just like fucking throw like raging fucking beer parties, and then that's how you got your members.
Oh.
I mean, we did it anyway.
Sure.
We just didn't do it at the fraternity house, And so then the Friday, the last Friday or the second Friday of those 2 weeks, the recruitment process ends at 5:00.
Oh.
So the party is called 501.
Okay.
And, you would have your pledge pinning. And then, you get fucking, So I remember mine. There was 5 fraternities on our campus and we hated one. Everyone hated the same one.
Oh.
Oh,
And they were the biggest one. And so my pledge pinning, my 501 party, we had it at this house.
just go back. You're all nerds.
Nerds. Yeah, we had 7 kegs. Each fraternity brought a keg, and there was 7 total. And I'll never forget this. Some dude did a keg stand that was like 42 seconds long,
Oh my God.
and I don't know if that's still good. I mean, I don't know if that's good. If you guys know, I mean, what are your guys' like crazy like beer stories? But there were 7 kegs at my 501 party, and a dude did a 42-second keg stand. I'll never forget it. And have you ever done a keg stand?
Oh yeah.
Did he just drop afterwards? Mm-hmm. He was
Did
still
he
coherent.
get sick?
No, he was professional. He was
wow.
good. He was good. But like after that, I was kind of like, whoa, I don't know if I want to be like that. And then I felt as I got older, and I was like a senior member of the fraternity, I needed to be like better at that stuff so that I couldn't be embarrassing. So
Sure. You don't
things
wanna
are well.
miss.
Things are well. We're just talking about crazy party stories because
Yeah.
Holly Ann over the weekend was doing beer bongs
I was.
like a teenager.
And my kids were there.
Jesus Christ! Kids, did you look at them? Did you do this? Did you take the beer bong, like the hose, as someone's holding it up, put it to your mouth, then all of a sudden turn to your kids and go, "Don't be like me, kids," and then plow it down.
I actually told them this is what brilliance looks like.
This is how you do it, little kids.
No, they were playing. Danny has a little like house set up
man.
in the grain bags.
Okay.
And it was her last night ever being able to hang out in there.
Aw.
So she was over there.
Tearing it down.
But it did feel
She was
a
playing Flip Cup over on the side,
little- she was playing Kings.
doing a little boat racing.
No, it was a little weird though, because
Yeah.
I was like, what if the kids see me doing this? This is humiliating.
What if the kids see you do it and how many beers you bong? 1?
Who knows? They
Yeah.
poured 10 in the thing, and then you just had a hose, and you just.
So-
I lasted the longest out of everybody though.
Well, there you go.
So
That's interesting. So it was just okay. Wait a minute. So this is like endurance racing, but with beer.
Yeah.
This is endurance drinking.
Yes.
First of all, it's not a good idea.
No.
I'm not saying I'm against it.
But I'm also saying it's not.
I don't think it's a good idea. Like the 24 hours of shock of like beer bonging is probably not going to be. I mean, the YouTube channel might get some hits until they pull it, but the endurance drinking, endurance power drinking, because that's power drinking.
Yeah.
I thought it was just called like a music fest, right? Isn't that like we have the weekend? We have the weekend. No one's gonna mess with you. Just drink. Maybe just sit the entire 3 days and drink the whole time.
Jesus.
Yeah. I only drank one other beer. I sipped one other beer the whole time.
You probably had 4.
I was done after that.
Did
But
you wake
it was
up
fun.
Did you wake up in your own sick?
No.
Oh.
Because I had to sober up
Okay.
and take the kids home. So.
You did a fucking like six beer bong, and then drove your kids home.
Like 3 hours after that.
Okay.
It wasn't like, okay, let's not make it sound. I do
I
not
know,
drink and drive my kids.
I'm fucking with you.
No, but I will tell you that Hamster, he got driven home by our friend's wife.
Oh man.
And like them to get, and she had just gotten off work, so she was sober. And man, I have to tell you, I feel bad for her because the stories I heard, they left the brewery and then went to somebody's house and like, I don't know, it sounded nuts. And I will tell you that Hamster was worse for the wear yesterday.
Oh, hold on. Okay, Duke City Warrior says, I haven't picked up a drink in years, but when I consumed some, I always felt guilty about it.
Oh.
Why? I mean, did you just power drink or what? Are you one of those people you have one, you have to have 20? I mean that's fair. And if that's you, then maybe get some help. If not Duke City Warrior, but somebody out there, if you're listening.
If you were listening.
So did you count like how many? Like I don't know how you would know how much you drank if they do 10.
So I think the whole point of it is that you don't worry about how much you're drinking.
What?
Yeah, I stopped. I stopped counting.
No.
I stopped counting my drinks at like 19.
How are you gonna brag about it? You know how many fucking beers I bogged out? Okay, fucking stupid.
But Chris, these aren't fraternity brothers. These are brewers who drink like 1 million beers a day. So like they are just like who can suck
I'm
down
putting the camera
beer?
on me, so I show my disappointment as I look at you.
I don't know.
I'm not listening to this.
Well,
I don't care who they are. You got to be like, so many beers, you beer bong. Dude, I saw this dude. This is no lie. We loaded up a beer bong that could hold a 6-pack. And he almost did 6 beers.
See, that's too much.
Well, I said almost. The 6th one didn't stay down.
Well, that's so much. That's too much.
He was
stretching out your tummy there.
Oh, she says because I didn't know when to stop and I always got sick after. Okay, well, that's fair. Fair enough.
Sounds more like someone felt guilty about puking.
So he spit out the 6th beer, or he didn't, I don't think you consider it spitting when your stomach pushes it back out. Is that fair? Right?
Yeah.
But like
it's just it's like a balloon.
This was also
it's
like
pop or it's gonna pop out.
This was our like fraternity version of like Bluto from Animal House.
Oh, okay.
He was the dude who could like when we had Greek Week.
Yeah.
Like they'd have like the running and fucking basketball or whatever, and we get our asses handed to us. Now, when it came to the food eating, we would fuck everyone's world. This dude, I'm not kidding. Like they would do, the guys had to eat a medium pizza, and the girls would have to do like half a medium.
Oh.
And they would go compete at the same time.
Yeah.
He would beat the women.
Oh my god.
And I mean, it was crazy. Like he would take 2 slices, slap them together, and eat it as one.
Oh my god.
I saw like what was it like? He could eat because he was a professional. He could tell me these things. He had these stats.
Oh my god.
He's like, I can do a Big Mac in 3 bites, and I was like, holy Jesus!
God.
And then like a Subway like foot long was like I can't remember like 30 seconds or something. It was like crazy amount of time. And
I gotta tell you, Chris.
Yeah.
There's not a lot of things that gross me out.
Uh-huh.
Food eating contests where people eat as much as they
competitive
can.
eating.
Yeah.
Grosses me out.
Okay.
I can't do. And I think
you don't like Joey Chestnut or
no.
Oh.
No. Mm-mm.
I
can't watch it.
Why does it freak you out? I mean, I like it.
I think it's just like it just grosses me out. I don't know. And it's not that I think they are gross or anything
Is it the
like
gluttony
that.
of it?
No, I think it's just like the idea of smushing all that food in your body. Just
That's what it does in your tum tum.
yeah.
Oh,
I don't
man,
like it.
yeah.
I don't like thinking about that part of
You
you.
gotta-
See, I like
yeah.
to make eating as unappetizable as possible. It's like it makes dieting so much easier. I'm like, I don't even want that food. It's gross.
How many
That
be-
doesn't sound healthy.
How many beers have you ever bonged, Smiley?
4.
See, he knows.
Oh, see, that
Smiley's a
sounds
professional.
crazy.
I don't think I've done 4. I want to say 3, maybe 2 to 3.
I think
I
in my
think 2,
heyday,
maybe 2.
In my heyday, I did 3,
Yeah,
but that was when I was like 21.
yeah.
You know.
What was weird is like when I was in college, you'd have a keg party. I mean, hidden at your house.
Yes.
The girls would come over and do the beer bongs.
Yeah.
Like crazy amounts. Like it was weird. Like the girls always did it way more than the guys.
Well, because part of the skill set for beer bongs is also the skill set for other things that girls typically do.
Interesting.
I don't think she's talking about magic tricks.
I am not.
She might be.
You have to.
I mean, I learned how to open my throat so I
Yeah.
could hide things in there.
you have
But
to open your throat.
Shut the fuck up, Smiley. What are you hiding in your throat?
Drugs.
no, it's you start off with an ice cube. You hide an ice cube in your throat, and so you can go into solid things. So you can like hide things. Like, oh no, it's gone. Oh no, here it is.
Oh,
It's a
Ew.
magic trick.
magic tricks.
Gross. Okay.
Maybe we
And
should move on.
I don't know.
I don't
You
know.
started it with your beer
I
bong. You
I
talk.
did not mean to open the floodgates of.
No, I enjoyed it. So I went to the 8th anniversary at Sidetrack Brewing yesterday.
I saw that.
I did some, and they were doing like a thing where if you got a beer, you got a ticket to the drawing, which I didn't win.
How dare you? How dare they?
I'm pretty sure Dan has it.
Did they snub you?
Yeah, Dan has it.
They're
in
all
for me.
Chris. No,
Dan,
Chris again. We'll just throw
Dan
this
from
away.
Sidetrack. I'm throwing this out there. Dan from Sidetrack has it in for me.
But why?
I don't know.
What did you do?
Nothing. I mean, I go there and I patronize, give patronage to his establishment. I don't know.
Or do you patronize them? You know what I mean?
I mean, I do. Anytime I go there and I'm put out, I blame Dan. I mean, I do that. That's fair, though, right?
I mean,
Like if I go and the beer that I like is out, I yell
That's-
Dan
that is his fault.
as loud as I can. I go Dan, yarg.
Yeah, that's for
Yeah.
sure his fault.
I don't know. I feel like it is.
You are spicy today.
No, I like Dan. No, I went in the 8th anniversary. So crazy thing is when Sidetrack Brewing opened, which don't go there. It's not, it's not a place you want to go to.
You'll never find it.
You'll never find it, and you just shouldn't try. So I was there the first day it opened. So yesterday I went and I sat. So it started at 1, the little 8-year anniversary.
Yeah.
So I get there. I'm like, I'll get there early so we can get a table because I was like, it's probably gonna be packed. So I get there and it's like 12:30 and they're not open. And they're like, we don't open till 1. And I'm like, oh. So I go over to the coffee shop next door and I get, a chai latte and I go sit outside. So then at 5 till, I'm standing outside waiting for them to open the door, and I couldn't have felt more like an alcoholic. Standing outside waiting for them to open a bar at fucking 1 o'clock in the afternoon. I'm all, please open the door.
Hey, it's cold outside here. Come on,
Yeah.
give me the warmth of your
Sorry,
brew pub.
my body's shaking. Can you please give me a beer?
As somebody who used to bartend,
Yeah, it happens, right?
oh my God, does it happen?
Yeah.
And they come in and they're shaken. And a good bartender knows that they're regular what they drink and just has it on the bar ready for them. Because sometimes those people can get a little grumpy
Yeah, oh yeah.
if they're not the first one to get the drink.
Little delirium tremens.
Yeah.
They're asking, have you recovered from Comic-Con? Yes, but it did take, man, it takes me about 4 or 5 days.
Are you kidding? This is the first drink I've had since Comic Con.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That whole week, I mean,
That,
we did,
that was a rough week, man.
we did Thursday
That's
night
a
with
lot.
Ming at Dry Heat.
Dry Heat.
Friday all day, I took him around on a media tour, had breakfast with his agent, and then
Saturday.
Friday night we partied, and then
Yep.
Saturday all day at the Comic-Con, and then we partied, and then he left Sunday morning, and I just like I didn't go. I stayed in bed.
Bed rot, huh?
Duke City Warrior, were you at the Comic-Con? You hadn't been there. No, you weren't there. You didn't get to see Trish Stratus give me a piggyback ride on stage? Pretty amazing. It's good times. Good times. But the funny thing too is I go to work and one of this is like the first job I've worked at where my coworkers don't really know like my outside life.
Yeah.
And one of them follows me on Facebook and you got to meet Ming Chen? That's funny. And I laughed. And I was like, yeah, I got to meet him. And he's like, what was he like? I was like, well, we've kind of been friends for like 5 years. Has it been like 5 years? Yeah. So, I mean, I met him a long time ago. And he's like, what do you mean you're friends? I was like, well, he comes to town and we all hang out.
Yeah, we hang out.
I go to Houston with him. I said, remember when I went to Comic Palooza in Houston? He was like, yeah. I was like, yeah, I stayed with him. He's like, what?
I know. Somebody asked me if I actually was friends with Ming Chen.
Oh, wow.
And I was like, yes.
You're like, I introduced him to everybody.
And I'm like, yes, we are. He actually drug texts me. That's not a thing I made up.
Mm-hmm.
Like, he'll send me weird, like every time he goes to a weird dive bar or does something weird, he sends me a text. And to me, I like forget that Ming is, Ming. I just think he's my friend. And so somebody lost their absolute mind because they saw that he did the podcast with us. And I was like,
okay.
Yeah, he's my friend, so he comes and
I didn't really talk. Did you notice like at the podcast there was people that showed up just for him, like they had like the quick stop like uniform on?
Yeah.
Oh, so he sends me this. Let's see if I can pull it up. And it's like him and Joey Fatone on the
Is that on the cruise?
Yeah, on the Impractical Jokers cruise, and I guess Joey Fatone dyed his hair blonde. Never a good idea. I've done it myself. Never a good idea. But
I had a blonde face. I don't look good as a blonde.
Yeah.
It doesn't work with my skin tone. But nobody told me that in high school.
I did it once as a joke. My brother was bleach blonde at the time, and he was out of town for a month, so both me and my roommate, I decided, like, we're going to come back, and we're going to have his haircut when he comes back, just to freak him out.
Oh, wow. But
It also did not look great on me.
But no, it was. It took me a while to recover, but I'm recovered now.
Yeah.
What did I do Friday night? I went to something. I went out and we tried to go out and watch. Oh man. So I forgot about this. All right, so we went to go watch some live music, and I won't say the name of the establishment.
Okay.
It's a place we used to go a lot.
Oh.
And it changed its name downtown. They have some of the same beers, but they changed their name.
Wait.
Do you know? Do you know which place?
No.
Okay.
I think so.
I think I didn't solve this riddle, but I'll ask you later.
I said the name. Anyway, if you listen back, you'll hear it.
Okay.
Anyway, so we go to this place, and I want to go watch the bands, and we go in, and we get beers, and we go to watch them, and there's like one of the new owners, he's on the spectrum.
Okay.
And he's always trying to like get everything like perfect. And like one time one of our friends was there playing, and I saw him up on the upper area, and he was like moving lights, and she's like singing, and she like looks up like, what the fuck are you doing? And so this time we're trying to watch Javier's band. Mm-hmm. Something Magic, Strange Magic or something. Yeah. And they're great. They're really good. I liked them.
Yeah.
And this dude just fucking unleashes the goddamn smoke machine in the place. Smokes out the room.
Oh my God.
Now, it wouldn't have been bad, but coincidentally,
oh no,
at the same time, they burned something really bad in the kitchen.
No.
And it also smelled like burned hair.
Oh no.
So you have a room full of smoke, and it reeks of like so your mind is like, okay, this place is on fire.
Yeah.
So we end up leaving.
Oh my God.
And people started leaving because this dude was
that sucks for the bands.
Yeah. We didn't even stay for the headliner.
Like, I thought I knew what the place was, but
that is crazy.
But now that you say they had a kitchen, I'm kind of like, I don't think
they didn't have a kitchen before when they were the previous establishment. Think of near Marble. Yeah.
That made it even more confusing.
It shouldn't. North of Marble. Anyway.
Huh.
But we had a beer there.
Oh. Oh.
Yeah, you know.
Nope. Still don't know. I'm done.
How on earth?
I like that perfect storm thing going on though. They're like, should we hide the smoke from the kitchen with the smoke machine?
Right.
Now everyone thinks that we're on fire.
Yeah. They say in the chat, how do you encounter these crazy situations? LOL.
Oh.
I've got to be honest with you.
It's called going out.
It's
Maybe
called
you should
going
go
out.
more.
It's called going out, but I'll be honest with you. I kind of feel like I'm a magnet for some crazy shit to happen. Not in a bad way.
Yeah.
Not in a bad way. But like, you know, and I don't even think that's crazy, but it was just like, what the hell? Like, first of all, you're going to fill the place full of smoke. What if people are asthmatic, you know?
Yeah.
You can't do that. Yeah, and it's like, I don't know. I don't know. Maybe do I live a crazy life?
Yeah. I mean,
Seems normal to me.
Okay,
I think
thanks.
all of us are just kind of.
Thank you, Smiley. Just kidding. You still don't know which place it is.
No.
If one extraordinary thing doesn't happen to me every day, I feel like I may have missed a day.
There.
Oh.
There you go.
Oh.
I will also say this, since the new owners have taken over, the creative naming of the beer has ended.
Oh, I'm sure.
They have one that's called the Neighborhood Stout.
What?
I like it.
Uh-huh.
Also, I'm not gonna say it, but I'm gonna say
Okay.
that when you bring up that place and
Uh-huh.
really any establishment, you should check the status of their health code.
Oh, I heard about this.
Oh my God!
Was it you that was telling me about the place
I don't
downtown?
know.
The one downtown?
Yeah.
They got shut down?
Well, that one, and there was another one that, again, I'm not going to say the name, but they were like, cat or dog feces was found in the brewing area.
Yeah.
And I was just like, fucking gross, man.
Yeah.
That's why.
Well, when
At least clean it up.
I got to tell you though, when Smiley and I went there and made a beer, wasn't the cleanest place.
I thought that was normal.
No, it's supposed to be
it's
like
supposed to be
spotless.
immaculate. Yeah.
Oh, not
No.
like you're in a barn?
No.
No.
Okay.
Like, Hamster has told
I'll s-
me horror stories about like what happens if brewing equipment is not sanitized very, very, very
Well, see,
deeply.
Did you get
And-
your tum-tums?
and that's why, and
That's my
that's
new favorite
yeah.
word. Sorry.
No, you're fine.
And that's why I like to go to breweries where you can see the brewing area.
Yeah.
Sidetrack, Marble.
Hamster literally can taste a beer and be like, "Nah, I'm not drinking this.
Yeah.
Not clean equipment."
No.
But
Drink that white one up there, Smiley.
No, thank you.
You brought it.
And I'll take it with me, but I'm not going to drink it.
Give it to some kids.
I am.
I mean,
am.
some young people, not kids, like some 22-year-olds.
yeah.
Yes. They're
That's what
kids.
I needed to clarify that.
I know. I have to do that all the time. I'm going to go hang out with the kiddos. I'm like, you're going to go drink with kids. I'm like, they're like 22.
Yeah.
What
Yeah.
else do you call them?
Oh man.
Which place? You don't want to say what place was nasty and got tagged. I know one got shut down downtown.
Yeah.
I heard that. I tried to find the story though, and I couldn't find that.
Oh, well, I mean, if you mosey downtown,
It's shut down
I think that one is shut down.
still
I think.
till they clean it, and that's terrible. That's really awful.
I mean, I don't know. I haven't
And-
enjoyed that place's beers in a while anyway.
Actually,
so-
the last time I was there, they were better than they've ever been.
Wait, I don't know if we're talking about the same place, though.
I think we are.
This is getting very confusing. It's going to be so confusing for anyone listening to the store. What are they talking about?
Is this the place that's over by Safe House?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
They were better than they've ever been the last time. I
Oh,
was there,
really?
Which was like 6 months ago.
Yeah, I don't know. I kind of stopped going there because the staff changed, and I didn't like some of the staff.
Oh, that's right.
and
The new staff are old.
I don't know. They made like a big old switch up, and then I went in there and it didn't
fired 'em
feel
all.
the same. Oh.
Because I'll be honest with you on that. I thought the staff that they had were terrible at customer service.
Well, there was one in particular. Actually, I know why I stopped going there because they fired one person that I loved very much.
Okay.
And then I was like, you know what? Fuck all of them.
Yeah.
And so I haven't been back since. But, if you're not doing your job, You're not doing your job.
I actually drive past 2 breweries on the way to go to the one that I love.
Yeah.
What does that tell you?
Yeah. I mean, there's so many here. But I also feel like, I don't know, customer service. Today, okay, here's the thing. Getting off of breweries, I went and got gas on my way here today.
Mm-hmm.
And the guy was so rude that I wanted to just be like, can I get that refunded?
The gas?
Yeah, I just wanted, like, I was like, I'm not even going to go pump my gas now.
Oh. I thought you got the gas and you're like, you know what? I didn't like that gas.
No. Just the guy was so rude because I have to run my card. It's just easier for me if I run my card, like, at a place of,
Yeah.
point of sale or whatever, because otherwise my card, for some reason, flags it as suspicious.
Oh.
And it's just a pain in the ass. Well, anyway, the guy acted like I was really inconveniencing him by just, like, existing. And he rolled his eyes at me.
What?
And I was just like, okay.
You son of a bitch.
If I wasn't running later
How
than
dare
I am
you,
now.
Circle K worker?
Like, I'm sure they deal with a lot of shit, but, like, come on.
Yeah.
You don't need to be mean.
He was probably late for his meth break.
Maybe.
Fuck. Smiley. I see that the place you were talking about, the brewery place. That's how it was for me when I would go there. The beers would be inconsistent,
Yep.
but then when I did go there, I'd go up there and I'd be like, "Yeah, can I get another beer?" They'd be like, "Oh, sorry, I didn't mean to bother you."
So we were in the comedy group chat. We were talking about these things, the breweries, and there was somebody. So there are a few comedians who don't drink, and so if we go to an open mic, they'll order like a Sprite or a Coke or whatever. And I guess the owner of one of these places, I don't know which one, literally rolled their eyes at this comedian because he ordered a Sprite at their establishment. And it's like, you know what? If they don't drink alcohol, it's nice of them to
Wow.
even order anything.
Yeah, they're paying for something.
Yeah.
Shut the fuck
Plus,
up.
what if he's like the designated driver?
Right.
Assholes.
That's some weird shit.
Roll your eyes
So-
at Sprite now.
That's some weird shit right there, and that's an American thing.
Yeah.
And or maybe at least in the American culture that we live in the Southwest or whatever. I don't necessarily know like New York or Chicago, but when I was in Germany, their culture is just built way different. Like
Yeah.
where if you go out to a club or a bar or a discotheque, whatever the fuck they call it, there's always a group of people drinking and there's always one person not drinking. And
Well, because they take DUI super
yeah,
serious.
oh fucking A, they do. You lose your license for like 10 years.
Yeah, and it costs a lot of money to get it back. So you get like,
Costs a lot of money to get it in the first place.
yeah, well, and you get like you get one chance in Germany, and then if you do it again, they're like, obviously you're not mentally capable
Yeah.
of having a driver's license because you
Right.
did it again.
Well, and then like
And their freeways are scary too.
oh, the Autobahn.
So, like,
Well, I didn't. So I have some stuff about that, but like the thing too is like when you're driving on the Autobahn, or I think if you're just driving in general, if you get pulled over and you don't have like an extra pair of replacement belts,
you have to
jumper
have a
cables,
whole safety kit.
you have to have a whole safety kit. They will find the shit out of you.
Yeah.
Now the other thing too is like the Autobahn now has like somewhat regulation on it. It is not full throttle out, but parts of it are.
Yeah.
So then the newer supercars are programmed. I don't know if they're programmed with it or if it's a GPS thing or what. So when you're on the part of the Autobahn that is limited, the car will not go over that limit.
Yeah.
And until you pass that limit, and then the car can now
Yeah.
go as fast as you want.
No, it's crazy.
Isn't that nuts?
My parents lived there for 6 years or something, and I would go out there for a month or two at a time. And my favorite thing about Germans is that when there is what they call a Stau, which is like a traffic jam,
I got one of those in my eye one time.
people will break out picnic baskets.
Oh yeah,
and
yeah.
stuff. Like
that is correct.
they have a little table that they pop out, and then they'll set up like a whole picnic.
Yeah,
because
they'll have little sausages. And
when there
meats.
is a wreck on the Autobahn, it is not good.
I remember the first day I was in Germany. They picked me up at the airport, and we were driving back, and I think we were in a 3-hour traffic jam.
Yeah.
Because I just remember one of the guys yelling out the window, and I asked what they said, and he said, "I would rather be in this traffic jam than riding a bike." That's what he was yelling at a guy that rode by on his bike.
Yeah.
I thought that was pretty funny.
Fair.
Oh.
Oh,
Oh.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Anyway, that was my weekend.
I went to a housewarming party.
Oh, we watched the Royal Rumble.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, good call on that.
Did you watch it?
No, but you called Cody Rhodes.
I did.
Yeah.
Did he
did.
win the
Yep,
Royal
he
Rumble?
did.
Oh, it wasn't your mom?
It wasn't my mom.
Well, I
Thank
mean, your mom, Debbie.
I told her you
I
said
think-
that, and she said she was going to cold fuck you up.
See, that's what I'm saying. She could win a Royal Rumble.
My mom goes, "What?" And I said, Holly Ann said, and she goes, "What?" And then she said, "You tell Holly Ann, I'm going to kick her ass all over the goddamn field. That's the bottom line." And then she,
Wow.
you're done.
I mean, I guess
That's how
I'll.
she talks.
Yeah.
In case anyone was wondering, that was a spot on impersonation.
What? Yeah, how was the housewarming party?
Oh, it was. You're
You're all cold, very cold.
It was. It was great.
Yeah.
My children, they like let children go, and I wasn't aware that their backyard was so great, and I was a little nervous.
Mm-hmm.
But they had like sidewalk chalk and all this stuff, so it was fun. But I like look over, and like Joe Anderson is just chilling.
Oh, Joe was there?
Yeah.
Whose housewarming party was? Are you allowed to say?
I'll say at the break, but
Okay.
but it was just
You know, he hates that situation.
yeah, no, he was he seemed fine. He was talking to
Okay.
people.
Yeah.
Um,
Not his
But-
ideal scenario, though.
yeah.
Well, did you see him at his actual house? Because that's the only time I've seen him that comfortable.
No,
Wait,
no.
he was sitting down?
No, he wasn't sitting
Oh.
actually. He was I should have said he was, pacing
Oh.
or whatever.
Yeah, because I was like,
Walking around.
I don't think I've ever seen Joe sit down.
I don't think so.
He's
either.
worse than Smiley for standing up. Do you know, like, he has like a stand-up desk, and they have a 2x4 that like he stands on?
Oh,
Yeah.
wow. I mean,
I like stand-up
that's
desks.
why he's
They're
so
nice.
successful though.
Probably, yeah.
I've heard. I've been considering getting one of those little treadmill desk things
Mm-hmm.
for writing my book because sitting has really wrecked my back. Like typing. I'm 3 chapters in on my
Just
novel.
get a sit stand.
Get a what?
Sit stand.
What is that?
That's where you can stand while you
Yeah.
work on your stuff.
I just, our house is just so crowded right now. I don't even know where I would put not one
Do you
more
have a
thing.
desk?
I do.
I have one that goes on top of a desk
Okay.
and elevates.
I'll just get one. But yeah,
You could probably use that one.
Yeah, I think that's what I think that was an offer.
Oh, I see,
Yeah.
I see.
I don't use it.
Yeah, I've been doing about 3,000 words a day.
Okay.
Wow.
Yeah.
I'm going to need to. Do we get first right of refusal on the stuff you say about us?
It's not about you guys unless you work at a truck stop strip club.
I might.
I've almost gotten kidnapped there once. Does that-
Yeah.
does
I
that
mean,
count?
that might make it in the book.
There may be a character named Carl that surely resembles me. I don't know.
You never know.
Is it going to be called Truck Stop Strip Club?
I don't know what I'm going to call it yet.
Oh,
I haven't. That's like harder than naming my kid,
right.
I think.
Yeah.
Well, probably. You always have something in the back of your mind for that. You're all, the kid's going to be named this.
Yeah. I actually didn't have a hard time naming my son at all.
Yeah.
We didn't fight at all.
Is it like a cat? You just wait till you see it? Oh, I know what the name is for
Oh,
this.
yeah.
No, we named
Ninja.
him
Ninja.
Ninja.
Kid's name's Ninja.
No. Yeah, we named him before we knew he was a he.
Oh.
We had 2 names picked out. It took us 5 minutes.
Did you get one of them books?
No.
Oh.
No, we don't.
Believe in books.
No, we like. Wouldn't that be some shit if I'm like writing a novel, but I'm like, we don't do books in our house.
Someone's like, so I was reading the day, in this house we don't believe in book learning. Nope.
Show it me on the internet. What is this? Get that away from me. Please step outside.
We don't want to learn here. Nuh-uh.
There's only one book not allowed in my house.
Mm.
I'm not going to say what it is, but
Uh-oh.
I think you can venture to guess.
So, Calvin and Hobbes.
It's Dune.
Dune. No, I love Dune.
Oh. So you went to a house. I watched Royal Rumble.
That's cool.
Why didn't you watch it? You could have come over.
I mean, I wasn't invited. First of all,
You're always invited to those.
but I don't know. Well, because we went to that housewarming party, which was like in the afternoon, and then my kids were done. They were like, "No, thank you."
Well, yeah, I said you were invited.
Yeah,
Not all these people that live with me.
all these,
just kidding.
all these creatures that live with me.
So the women's match was much better than the men's again. this
Again.
year.
I like that.
The men's was boring.
Why was it boring?
Just was. I don't know.
What
There was-
makes okay? I have a real question.
You already
Okay.
knew who was going to win?
Yeah.
No, but like, what makes a wrestling thing boring? Like, what about it was boring? Was it?
Well, Royal Rumble's
predictable?
is different from normal wrestling things. Like Royal Rumble's the 30 people in, and then they start out with 2 people, and every 90 seconds another person comes in, and you get eliminated by going over the top. That's why I invite people over for that one, because it's fun. It's like
Yeah.
silly. And the women's was really cool because there was some shocking entrance.
Oh.
You're like, oh shit.
Who was the shocking entrance?
The TNA. So TNA is a different federation,
Oh,
and the women's champ from that showed up.
Oh, cool.
oh,
And she's not in WWE, but they let her come and do it.
that's cool.
And it's very rare. That's like very shocking for WWE to allow that. So that happened. Naomi, who was the TNA Women's Champion up until a week ago, debuted again in this. She was in WWE back in the day. Left.
Oh.
She walked out because her and her partner were being fucked over, and she went and was in TNA for a while. But she returned last night.
So she's like back in WWE.
Yeah. And so
Okay.
there was that. But the women's match was just more fun.
Oh, okay.
It was more. First of all, they're more colorful.
Yeah.
They have better characters. You can clearly tell which ones are going to lose because they're like the generic like woman wrestler. But there was just a lot more cool stuff that they did. In the ring, like they did some really cool maneuvers. They did, And then when the men's came in, there was like the surprise entrance was Andrade, and everybody knew it was happening.
Oh.
And Andrade sucks. I think he sucks. He sucked in WWE. He sucked in AEW. Now he's going to suck again in WWE.
Yeah.
That's just my opinion, but I was like, whoa, kaduki. This was also the first big, like, they don't call them pay-per-views anymore. They call them premium live event
Oh, okay.
in the post-Vince McMahon WWE.
Oh.
Because you saw all that, right?
Oh, man, yeah.
Did you read those text messages and
Awful.
shit? Good Lord.
Oh, wow.
I did not.
Oh
hear
God!
about
So
this.
this,
don't know if
so
you
one of
want
the, one of the former employees is accusing them of sex trafficking, and he was sex trafficking them. And at one point, he was like taking poops on her head,
Oh my God.
and then he was offering her to like Brock Lesnar. So they pulled Brock Lesnar. So it was so bad.
Wait. I have a question before you continue.
Yeah.
Is this like in the storyline, or this
No.
is like an actual thing?
No,
that was-
fuck
This is
no.
like
This is
legal
real.
Oh
repercussions.
my
So
God.
Friday, so it came out Friday, and Slim Jim immediately pulled their sponsorship of Royal Rumble. So it was a big fucking deal, right?
my
So
God.
then within like a couple of hours, Vince McMahon has completely resigned from all, because they're owned now by TKO.
Yeah.
So TKO owns UFC and WWE together.
Yeah.
Okay.
So Vince had already been pulled from like the creative stuff.
Yeah.
So he sold it, but then he was still an employee,
Oh
which
my
was weird
God.
because like he's very
And
like,
he resigned last year and then reinstated himself or something.
to sell it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh.
And then anyway, so at this point he was an employee, which has got to be tough for him because he's such a, he's got to be like hands-on, and he's such a like
Well,
you know,
apparently a
control-
monster.
A monster.
Yeah.
Anyway, like all these text messages come out where he's like telling this woman that she has to sleep with all these different people, and I mean, I didn't read all of them 'cause it's pretty rough.
God.
It's pretty rough. I can admit to it.
And then there was so much like victim blaming on fucking social media.
I hate that.
And,
when I see stuff like that, it just really, especially when you have receipts of
Yeah.
what has happened.
Oh, yeah.
And it's like, are you kidding me?
And then even the beloved Jim Cornette came out and was like, "Well, it seemed like she liked some of the transactions that happened." I was like,
my
"Oh, dude.
God.
He's gonna get
So
canceled."
Brock Lesnar,
They pulled him, so he got pulled from the Royal Rumble
but why?
because he was one of the people that was part of the transactions.
Oh my God.
As far as I know, there's
I'm gonna
probably
look
more.
into this,
There's
but-
probably more than we even know. Oh yeah, and like here you go. He even names the sex toys after the wrestlers. Like what the fuck? That's what Duke City Word just said.
Yeah. So speaking of victim blaming,
Yeah.
there's like a new, and it has a little bit to do with it's like in the same vein, but there's a new true crime doc that came out on Netflix, and I forget what, I think it's called like American Nightmare or something. And it was about this girl that like her boyfriend, she was kidnapped out of their house, and her boyfriend like was drugged, and he woke up the next morning, called the cops. It looked very sus.
Okay.
And I don't want to spoil anything for everyone, but like when you watch this, you get to that last episode and you just want to rage punch every single police officer that worked on that case.
I mean, I want to do it to most of them.
Well, yeah, but this one was
different
like
from everyday. How?
Yeah, Chris, you're gonna want to hit a cop. Whoa, 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 whoa! Not that cop.
And you know, like the amazing thing was they had a female detective working on a different case that ended up being like, wait a minute, did we make this woman feel terrible? And she could be involved in this other thing. No, it was so bad. And even with that, after watching the last episode, there are still people online blaming her.
Wow.
And I was just like, oh, excuse me. That weird thing is happening again.
Are you burping again?
Yeah.
Gross.
It's
Burpee.
like air builds. Anyway. No, and I'm glad that Netflix did that because I think it's showing that like society has a really, really bad habit of not believing women.
Mm-hmm.
And
Oh, yeah.
not listening to women.
Sure.
And even though it's 2024, it's still pretty bad.
Yeah.
It's still pretty bad.
Like $83 million bad?
I mean, oh, when I found that out, so Chris sent me a thing, like I think immediately when he saw it, and I said Jesus, and then I go and look at it, and I was just like,
Whoops.
fuck yeah, dude, because she deserves every penny. And not only does she deserve it, but it's like it felt like a victory for every woman who has ever been victimized by a man.
Right.
Because holy shit.
Now we get to find out if he has that kind of money.
I mean, according to him, he does. So
Well, no, we'll see.
The funniest part about that was seeing who was irrationally upset at my workplace.
oh,
Why are you mad? Oh,
yeah.
you're not a good person.
Lots of true colors are coming out, I think.
Someone that you don't have any direct. Someone's losing money that has no effect on you.
Yeah.
Okay.
Why are you irrationally upset?
Okay.
Oh,
Yeah.
I see.
I'm like, oh, what if this was your daughter or your wife or
Right.
your girlfriend or your mom? Okay. Like, ooh.
You're the one that said your mom to me. That's what's messed up.
But that was supposed to be like your mom could win Royal Rumble. I thought it was cute.
Okay.
Okay, well, apparently
Just
not.
wait till you see my mom. She'll be coming for you.
Yeah, right. Your mom loves me.
She's gonna put you in the dirt.
Your mom loves me. She knows it was out of love.
Right. I want to say hello to everyone that's watching via Instagram.
Hello,
Oh,
Instagram.
If you are.
The change is gonna happen soon.
Oh
on
man.
Instagram.
So the other, speaking of like the internet and the Royal Rumble, so one of the big matches was Logan Paul.
Uh-huh.
So I had to explain. So I feel like of my generation, the Gen X, I'm the one that's like tapped into shit.
Yeah.
So all my friends are there, and it's all these ones that Billy says he's watching via Instagram, and it's wild. So all my friends are over there, and they're like, "Who is Logan Paul?" They have no idea who like Logan Paul is. Do you not know who Logan Paul is?
I don't know.
Are you serious?
No,
You neither?
Who is Logan Paul?
Holy fuck! Really?
Can you give me
Okay.
a reference?
Well, he's a wrestler, right? So like,
He is now.
oh,
Logan Paul is the dude who started out on Vine, then he went to YouTube, then he went into the suicide forest in fucking Japan and filmed it,
oh,
and
I
then
know who that is.
walked around and like showed everybody. Then they fucking took him off there. His brother boxes. I guarantee if I show you Logan Paul, you'll be like, oh shit, I know who that is. Maybe not Smiley.
Yeah, I was gonna say. I'm like, I've been forced on.
He's like a fucking huge influencer.
Oh yeah, I know exactly who that is.
He has
just seeing his face.
he has his own energy drink, Prime.
Oh, does he own Prime?
Yeah.
Oh,
Oh,
dang.
yeah.
He's probably a billionaire.
He's fucking very rich. Well, that's the crazy shit about this.
I've no idea who that is.
So he's already rich, right? In terms of, but Bad Bunny is pretty cool. So he's already wealthy from being a Vine star, a YouTube star, all that. Already wealthy.
Yeah.
Then he decides he wants to be a WWE wrestler. They hired him because he's Logan Paul and he moves the needle.
Right.
With Gen Z. They hired him, and then he goes in and he does WWE, and you think like, oh, he's going to come in and he's going to be like a celebrity wrestling. You know what I mean? I don't know if you know what that means, but like, the men and kind of wrestle.
Yeah.
No.
He like really wrestles.
He does crazier shit than most people. And he's already rich. Let's see if I can find just one of his things. Like I saw him at WrestleMania. He zip lined down into the arena.
Oh my God.
Let's see if I can find.
Well, I mean, if you're smart, right? So like it sounds to me like this guy is pretty smart. But
well,
like,
I
if
think
you're
he's just a
smart-
narcissist too.
I mean, probably. But if you're smart, you don't go into coming into WWE and like phone it in.
Yeah. Okay.
Because people are expecting that.
Yeah.
And he, if he didn't phone it in, then
let's see if I can. We got a commercial first. Hold on. Sorry. No, maybe not. So here is last year. So that's Ricochet.
Yeah.
That's Logan Paul. This is fucking insane. I've never seen anything like this until they did this. This is crazy. They're both on each side of the ring. If you're listening to the audio, they're springboard, boom.
oh my gosh.
Yeah. That's the kind of shit he does.
Also, can I make just like an observation?
Sure.
Logan Paul looks like he could be Joe Anderson's son.
He does.
By the way.
That's pretty fair. But like,
he just looks like young Joe Anderson.
So now I guess I feel like I have to explain to you. So Logan Paul, I guess I'm the one that's tapped in. So Logan Paul is like, he's like Gen Z, like this. Let's see what he's worth.
Oh my God. Is Logan Paul doing okay?
And this is a dude that started out on Vine, and his brother now boxes. So his brother, who was also wealthy, now is going to have like brain damage because he's fucking getting boxed.
Yeah.
Like he does professional fights. And you just got to wonder if it's like these people just have to be in the
They
spotlight.
might be adrenaline junkies too.
Could be. $150 million.
Oh my God. If I had $150 million, I'd
Would
be
you
like,
be
nope.
would you be fucking your body up professional wrestling?
No.
No.
Like,
Absolutely not.
what?
She'd be writing books at her stand-up desk with a treadmill there.
No, she would be dictating it to her secretary who'd be writing it at her fucking
No,
schedule.
I enjoy I enjoy the feeling of like typing
The
words.
tactile, the
Yeah.
feeling of
Well,
the
then people could move your fingers for you. I'm kidding.
I handwrite my outline and all that stuff,
Yeah.
but if I had $150 million, I don't know that I would be writing a book. You know
Right.
what I mean?
I don't feel like writing a book.
I wouldn't be in such a hurry.
I'll
that's
buy
for
one
sure.
and put my name on it.
I would take my dang time, but I have a deadline for myself of August to be done.
Oh,
So, but
that's a good thing to do though.
but $150 million, like,
And then he
Oh
goes
my
and
God.
becomes a wrestler.
yeah, no, I think he's a narcissist. Probably he just
Yeah.
loves attention.
Yeah. And whoops.
Oh geez,
Didn't mean to do that.
that scared me.
all over
Should.
the place here.
So yeah, Logan Paul he had a match yesterday, a Royal Rumble. So there was only like 2 matches that were not the Rumble ones, and he was one of them. So it was a huge match, And of course, they did one of his entourage was interfering, and then it was a whole thing.
That's
But
crazy.
yeah, he's the United States champion.
Wow.
It's not just like he's some dude that they're like, oh, we'll hire this guy because Gen Z will watch.
Yeah.
He's like there. He's like a WWE wrestler now.
Wow.
It's
Maybe
crazy.
he just like enjoys it,
Huh?
Maybe he's like, I made $150 million and I have a following. Now I can follow my dream of doing this thing.
Duke City Warrior says I would definitely be involved in wrestling with that kind of money.
Right?
Oh,
Get the best training possible. Well,
that's true.
let's get that money so you can train. You can wrestle in Duke City Championship Wrestling, man.
Let's start a GoFundMe.
Duke City Warrior. Did you see I made my return to Duke City Championship Wrestling? I don't know if she did.
I was there for that.
You were there for motherfucker booed me. I'm still mad at you. I'm still fucking mad at you.
I like how Smiley last week, which was like, I thought I was supposed to boo you.
No, I was very unhappy about that.
Well, you know what? I was reading the room. I was trying to figure out which part of the story I was in.
Smiley.
And me and Dan were there. I was like, are we supposed to boo right now? I think we're supposed to be
No,
booing.
you were not
So
supposed to boo.
we started booing.
Smiley.
me.
10 Drink is a family, and
Right.
if the rest of the room is booing one of us, you
Yeah.
cheer the loudest.
Thank you, Holly Ann.
Isn't
I would-
booing,
I would not-
booing's not part of support?
No.
I was making a noise. I could have just been outside having a cigarette. You're welcome.
Maybe,
I mean,
maybe
true.
you should have been.
Fair. Fair.
All right, we're gonna take a break so I can fight Smiley outside.
As long as you're not going to fight me,
No,
that's good.
I'm gonna Logan Paul him in the ring.
Oh, that takes some skill, man.
It shocks me that none of you guys
Ooh,
know who Logan Paul
Burn.
is.
Well, I knew who he was as soon as I saw
Son
his
of a
face,
bitch.
but I didn't know who he was. I mean, I don't know.
Wow, it's weird. I mean,
I
so,
recognize him from last year's Royal Rumble. That's only the only time I've ever seen him.
if I wasn't a wrestler, I'd be fit as an interviewer or a manager. Okay.
Ooh. I
Possible.
always kind of wanted to be like like if I was going to be a wrestler, I would want to be a heel
Mm-hmm.
or like an obnoxious manager
Oh.
or something. I think it would be fun.
I'll tease this for the second hour. I got to talk. So I didn't really talk about this last week. So one of the people that came in for DCCW and the Comic-Con was Missy Hyatt. Did I
Ooh.
talk about that last week?
No.
So Missy Hyatt, when I was a young adolescent male, was one of the valet, they called them, manager or whatever.
Oh.
And she was just, knockout gorgeous. And it was very surreal for me to be sitting, because as soon as they got there, she's like, "Where's the green room?" And they were like, "Chris, go show her the green room." I was like, "Oh, okay, I'll show Missy Hyatt to the green room." And I was like, Jesus. And so we ended up like talking for a while.
Yeah.
And it was very interesting to talk to her because, she's been in professional wrestling 30 odd years, 30, 40 years,
Wow.
40 years maybe. And so she was telling me like all of her injuries, and it was pretty intense. But yeah. And she was not even a wrestler.
Yeah. See, but I could still get injured, I guess, as a manager.
Well, I'll tell you. We'll talk about it.
Yeah. Let's talk about it.
We'll save that for the second hour. Holly Ann, what do you got going on?
I don't really have a lot going on. I have possibly some things happening that I can't talk about, but I'm really taking time to write my book.
You still can't talk about
I
it?
still can't talk about
Can you
it.
tell us at the break?
I can tell you at the break.
Okay.
And yeah, I think that I don't really have a lot going on. I'm like chilling right now,
Okay.
but hopefully that'll change soon. But just and you know what? Maybe in the second hour I'll talk about why I'm chilling a little bit, because I think some things need to be said.
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
Oh, boy. Are we going to fucking lay it down?
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah.
I love that. February. Well, first of all, something very important that is happening this week. Do you know what it is?
It's our
Is-
friend Tiff's birthday, isn't it?
Oh, it's our friend Tiff's
Just
birthday.
kidding.
Oh,
I'm just kidding. It's your birthday.
I heard a lot of stories about Missy, so I was a little concerned, but people change. Depends on what you heard, but it's my birthday next Saturday.
Yeah.
that is correct.
I will be 49 years old, and hopefully the 49ers win so they can win the Super Bowl. Yay!
Wouldn't that be so cool if like the 49ers go to the Super Bowl in the year that you turn 49?
Right.
That'd be pretty special.
Well, win the Super Bowl. I don't give a fuck about if they go. Going and losing is terrible.
Yeah. That's true. That's true.
If you're not first, you're last. But yeah, it's my birthday this week, so that's exciting.
Super cool.
Um,
Oh, I do have something to promote. Next week on the 4th,
Mm-hmm.
we have she's a stand-up comedian and she was in a cult
oh, that's right.
in the 2000s. So next week she's going to be on the show and we're going to talk about the 2000s.
Oh, we're gonna do the 2000s. That's
Yeah,
right.
yeah.
What's her name?
June Opal.
June Opal.
June Opal. Sorry.
June Opal.
I'm sorry I didn't say this in the promotions. I'm very excited because I think it's going to be hilarious.
And we're gonna do the 2000 to 2005.
Yeah, and I just think that is like the weirdest part of the 2000s, and to have somebody who doesn't know any of the
Wow.
cultural references, hilarious.
Especially for someone, yeah. Well, it's for the Fred Durst era. Happy early birthday! Thank you. You guys can send me $200 or $300 a piece. It's fine if that's what you like. I'll send you guys my Venmo. It's fine.
Yeah, if you can't make it to the celebration,
Yeah,
Yeah, I'm gonna do that for my birthday, so everybody better
$200 to $300. It's fine.
save up.
Got a sim racing habit that I need to. I need a sim racing rig that moves. So yeah.
Wait,
I
they
don't.
have the ones that move?
Oh yeah,
Oh my god.
they're like 10, 15,000.
aren't
Everybody
those called cars?
Smiley, I can get this, and then I can drive all the different
couldn't
cars.
we put your simulator on like a power wheel, and then you would you just put it in turtle mode, and you could drive forward and then back up and then drive forward and then back up.
Okay. So
I'm irritating Chris. I'm sorry.
no, you're not. So I've got some to promote. February 24th, Border Wars, and this is actually not a political thing. It's a wrestling event that we
Yes.
are putting on. DCCW is going to be in Clovis, New Mexico, at the Curry County Event Center. Get your tickets. Come on, man. DCCWlive.com. Get your tickets, man. They're for sale, and we're going to be in Clovis. It's going to be our first traveling show.
That's gonna be super cool.
Oh, are you wearing North Carolina beats Duke on your birthday this year? Hope all is well. It is, and let's hope North Carolina beats Duke every year, every time. Fuck Duke.
Oh man.
Hey, Duke. But anyway, Border Wars. Get your tickets if you're especially in the eastern New Mexico, West Texas area. It's New Mexico versus Texas in wrestling.
Yes.
New Mexico's gonna win all day, baby.
Hope so. Hope so.
Yeah.
You know, I don't know. Do you think there's a Texas counterpart to me? It's like he's got like, well,
It's just you with a hat.
It's just you with a 10-gallon hat.
he's got a white hat.
Instead of glasses, he has a hat.
I hate that guy.
And then he's just the opposite of you. He's like Republican,
I hate him.
and he's I'm gonna make a whole character for you, Texas Chris.
Live music pisses him off.
He's like live music makes him mad. I don't like all that squalor.
It's too loud.
It's too loud. I'm too old. All right, we're gonna take a break. We're gonna watch some Logan Paul highlights, and then we'll be back. With that, we are
10 drink minimum.
Let it out. Wait till pain starts to fade. I won't go back. words in the past. I'll erase you out of my mind forever, but it's not forever. It's just the end. Something, something I and my music's turned up so high as I cruise the city. Still don't understand why sometimes I can be the guy who doesn't let you do your head. From the slowly sometimes I'm racing to know. Sometimes I'm racing to know. Sometimes I'm slowing down. Sometimes I'm racing to know. Sometimes I'm slowing down. Sometimes I'm racing to know. I'm coming from the honest. I swear I'm only 15 minutes away from your side of town. There no more there's not cameras. Oh, baby, doesn't catch your eye. Spin around. Sometimes I'm slowing down. Sometimes I'm racing to the sometimes I'm slowing down. Sometimes I'm racing to the sometimes I'm slowing down. Sometimes I'm racing to the sometimes I'm slowing down. Sometimes I'm racing to the sometimes I'm slowing down. Sometimes I'm slowing down, sometimes I'm racing to nowhere. Out in the yard, the lilac has bloomed, matching the sky, framed in clear blue. Barefoot in the dirt, feeling the breeze, dancing to a song. Trying to see, know that our mountains are peace. Looking down on the beach, no child who is born. I started to be when you have to go west. Always know this. You always need to turn around, see the mountain. Nobody knows what flowers open. All that I did was plant the garden. What comes from the earth is out of my control. My only concern. I sold my soul to the bottle. Still none of my friends have left me yet. I'm the same man I was since the age of 13, and I've lived my life with no regrets. If you're looking for some freedom, all it takes is 10 drinks minimum. If you're looking for rhyme or reason, all it takes is 10 drinks.
Oh boy. Welcome back to 10 Drink Minimum. It's the Billy Slash Wavy Hour. I'm your host, Chris, and this edition of 10 Drink Minimum is sponsored by the Topo Chico Seltzer. Yes, that's right. It really is. People ask me that. They're like, are you really sponsored by them? Yes. Yes, we are. Because of Smiley, right?
That's right. You're welcome.
You're welcome. Thank you. Thank you. Little Bobby Tucker says, what's up, folks?
Hello.
A lot. Saw him Friday night.
Oh, nice.
Holly Ann is back here with us.
I'm here.
To answer a question that was asked over the break, will I be at the DCCW events coming forward? Yes. As far as I know. As long as they will have me, I will be there. So I love doing that stuff, and so please don't boo me when I come out.
It was an honest mistake.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
It wasn't when you came out. It was when everyone else was booing.
Well, Well, I got somebody yelled, "This is stupid."
Oh, that was not me.
Yeah, it was you.
It was not.
No.
Could you imagine?
Well, and I mean, to be fair, I only do what they write. I'm not, I always hate when people get mad at the performer. And I remember when I did a panel with Kane and Lita and Goldust, and somebody's like, remember when you came out and attacked blah blah blah, and he's like, mm-hmm. It's like, why did you do that? And he's like, well, I mean, I go to work every day, and when you go to work, you have a boss, and your boss tells you what to do, and then you do that, and so then you get paid. And he goes, it's called a job. He's all, that's why I did it, you know?
Yeah.
Well, I go out and I do the things in the ring, not because I just felt like it.
They
Because
tell you what
that's
to
what
do.
they told me what to do.
Yeah, no, I remembered we got out of the Comic-Con and Chris is all, hey, I got I'm just gonna jump on stage real quick. I just want to.
Yeah, I just feel like it. Fuck it. Fuck
Fuck
it.
it. Chuck it in
I'm
the
gonna
bucket.
I'm gonna rush out of the green room and not talk to Henry Thomas or C. Thomas Howell, two people that were fucking part of my childhood. I'm gonna run out of the green room and run over to the El Rey and just jump on stage to just be a dick. Yeah.
It was pretty spectacular.
I really kind of wish I would have got to talk to Thomas Howell a little more. He was
Yeah.
really cool. He was a nice guy. But
He was definitely. It was fun watching that
that panel,
Yeah.
it was interesting, right? He was a firecracker.
Oh yeah, he was.
Yeah. But I want to talk a little bit about that album that was playing at the break. If any of you have any questions, the intro song that we play on our show is a guy named Carlos the Tall. He's in a band called Youngsville. And Youngsville has a new record coming out. And it is called, let me see it. I had it up and I fucking moved it. There's the press link. It's going to start playing. Yep. See, I knew it. Damn pop-ups. It is, what is the record called? I don't know. They have a new record out. It's coming out. I guess maybe he told me. I'm terrible at this, guys. I apologize.
We're brand new at this. I mean,
and he'll be here.
He's coming to talk about it. It's not out yet. You can only hear it so far on this podcast.
Yeah.
And I play it at the break. I asked him if I could play it. And he said, yeah. And so you're hearing this new album that Youngsville, I think. So here's a crazy story about that. And he can correct me if I'm wrong when he's here. When is he coming? When is he going to be
The
there?
11th, he'll be here.
Okay. When they first started recording this record, it was like 8 years ago. And they invited me to come over while they were recording. So then he ended up moving away. He moved to Austin. Wrote the theme song for 10 Drink Minimum in Austin because he was looking for ideas. And he wrote the theme song based on the character of Chris Burnett. Moved back. Married the woman of his dreams. Had a baby. And then he got back together with his bandmates and they finished that record.
Wow.
Like 8 years later, right? Something like that. Anyway, he was like, you remember that time you came over and we were recording? And I was like, yeah. He's like, that record's going to come out. And I was like, oh. And so I went back in my fucking Google Pics, found pictures and video and sent it to him from 8 years ago.
Wow.
Yeah. So that's kind of cool, right?
That's awesome.
What are you doing out there? Screaming?
Barking
Talking
at everybody.
I'm talking to Brody the dog. Brody the podcast dog.
She thinks we're rude.
So Missy Hyatt was here,
Yes.
and it was really interesting because, like I said, the weird thing about life is like when you're growing up as a kid and you're watching all these people on television, and you do stuff like me, and you end up interacting with them, with Thomas Howell,
Yeah.
with Henry Thomas, or Trish Stratus or Kevin Nash, or but like Missy Hyatt, like they're like, go show Missy Hyatt where the green room is. Missy Hyatt, when I was like a kid, I was like, had posters of her. Like I would cut her out of the magazine and put it on the wall.
wow.
And so to take her to the green room and like sit down and talk with her, and I can't say who her boyfriend is, because like well, maybe I can't. I don't know.
This is like the secret show. Like,
Yeah.
we're gonna tell some stories, but we only
So
parts of them.
so the guy who's like the villain of DCCW, Matthew Robles, that's her actual boyfriend.
Wow.
And it was really interesting to watch because, like, during the DCCW show, she was over. They had her over on the side. She had her own table so she could take pictures and sign things. Well, the evil guy came out and he's like, he called her like a slut and all these things. Like, he's like, you have Missy Hyatt over here and she's being a slut and da-da. And then she came up and like he ended up like shoving her or kind of hitting her, and the crowd, and it like fucking made the crowd like go irate, and people are about to, and it's all it's all like set up.
Yeah.
Like she's working and he's working, and it's like, wow, like to watch all that happen, like knowing the truth, like I always thought like, being behind the curtain would ruin it all.
Yeah.
But it's also kind of like, what the fuck? This is amazing to see these people do these things. Because like earlier that day, I'm like in the green room with both of them, and
Yeah.
he's talking about, she's telling me all of the injuries that she has.
Oh my
Right?
God.
Like she's just littered with injuries. Because because like back in those days, it was just, it was like the fucking Wild West. There was no, not only did we not know much, people didn't care.
Yeah.
And they were like, oh, you're an attractive woman and you want to be a part of wrestling. Cool. You mind getting in the ring and we'll shove you down or throw you against this. No one thought to say, hey, have you been trained for this? And so she wasn't. So she got fucked up because a lot of it she wasn't trained for. So she was telling me, and it was like crazy amounts of like work that she's got to have done. Like, I can't even remember. I'm not even going to say because I don't even know. But it was just, and it's real interesting to watch. And for people who want to get into wrestling, it's like, I mean, I've seen Mick Foley.
Yeah.
I've seen Rikishi. I've seen Kane. I've seen Dustin Rhodes. I've seen Christian. I've seen Lita. I've seen, Mickey James, Britt Baker. Anyway, all these people, and the younger ones are fine.
Yeah.
But like Mick Foley, man, that dude, to watch him walk is painful.
Wow.
To watch him walk.
Right.
Like, I can't imagine what it's like to be him. Rikishi, Mick Foley could do things Rikishi couldn't do. Like, Rikishi couldn't even walk out of the side green room. Kevin Nash walking was pretty painful to watch. He's in pretty rough shape. These guys, I mean, it's nuts. Like, so if you get into that stuff, I mean, just know, like, it's there. I've met Matthew Robles in the past. Good guy outside the ring, but a good heel inside. One of the best. But it's it's interesting to watch. These people put their body on the line.
Yeah, well, it's definitely a passion.
Mm-hmm. It's like a circus performer.
Yeah.
Or like what other, like contortionist or
I don't think contortionists are known for injuring their bodies.
no.
Not that I know of.
I mean, I think long term they probably have
I'm
like
sure.
arthritis
I mean,
and stuff from
all that stretching actually stretching
No,
is good for you.
It's real good for you. It's true.
I mean, I
But
guess.
In fact, the better stretch you are, the less likely you
Well,
are
okay,
to get
like
That's
injuries.
true.
an NFL player, baseball player,
There you go.
hockey player,
Dancers.
Yeah.
That's
oh,
how I know. I'm like, if you
Yeah.
don't stretch enough, you are going to injure yourself.
Oh, it's
Yeah,
nuts, man. It's
I
crazy.
danced my whole life, and I obviously did not stretch enough because my hips are screwed. I'm like a 7-year-old
Oh.
lady in the winter.
I didn't even say my hips don't lie.
Well,
They
also
hurt.
that.
They hurt.
They
Got 'em mighty.
Speaking of NFL, I don't know if you guys have been. I don't know if you're. Oh my gosh, I don't know if you're
Sorry.
Taylor Swift fans or
Who?
not. Taylor.
I don't know
Swift.
who that is.
Oh man.
Just kidding. See, I'm tapped in. I know what's up.
Well,
Logan Paul. Don't know who
so
that is.
she shows up to her boyfriend's football games, and she can't help it that she's famous. She can't help it that
I like
she
how you
has
don't
a
know what her
following.
boyfriend's name is.
Travis Kelce.
Okay.
Yes, I
You
do.
said her boyfriend.
Well, because
Okay.
But so she shows up to support Travis Kelce, who's on the Chiefs.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, please let me get this
You
right.
got it right.
And by the way, Travis
wouldn't have known.
Kelce.
Congrats on the Super Bowl.
Travis Kelce is one of my favorite Saturday Night Live guests. By the way, if you haven't seen his
Oh, it's
episode,
fantastic, yeah.
he's so funny.
The
But-
rent-a-boyfriend or whatever.
He is hilarious. But Taylor Swift goes and supports him, and it's not her fault that the guy behind the camera decides to point the camera at her
Mm-hmm.
and makes it a big spectacle. And I see all these people online that are so mean about it. And it's like, but here's the deal. If she didn't go to the games, she would also be the bitch.
Oh, you know who wants her at that game? The fucking NFL.
Absolutely.
You know why? Because you know what her tour made last year?
Oh my
Something
God,
crazy?
so much.
$4.8 billion.
But
Nice.
she also pays all of her workers really well.
Oh yeah,
Like,
she gave all those one dude, like all those the people who
Yeah.
truckers it, like $100,000 a year bonus.
Yeah.
So speaking of what you're saying,
Yeah.
here's a meme. I'm so glad the Chiefs won. So now we can watch all these insecure man children cry over Taylor Swift ruining the Super Bowl.
Well, because they did it to Jessica
Yeah.
Simpson too. When she dated that Dallas Cowboys guy,
Oh
you
yeah,
know,
that's right.
they blamed her, and I'm like,
Which
the
is weird.
Dallas Cowboys fucking suck.
Right, I was about to say,
And
you
they've
know
always
who
sucked.
ruined the Dallas Cowboys? They,
They ruined
them.
themselves.
Uh-huh.
But I think I also see like women being mad,
Sure.
and it bothers me. Like, how can you say that you're a feminist and then in the same breath say that Taylor Swift is this, that, and the
Right.
third, when really Taylor Swift, if my daughter became a huge Taylor Swift fan and loved everything she did, I would love that because she is a great role model. She writes her own music. She stands up for herself. She's a fucking billionaire.
Oh,
Like,
yeah.
I don't know.
I don't know if she's that, but she made, her tour made that much.
Well, I mean, you know,
She should be.
she probably will be eventually.
No, she should be. Like,
Yeah.
I'm sure there's a lot of people making a lot of money off of her.
Oh, yeah. Oh, no,
oh,
she
yeah.
is.
No, she is. Shit.
Yeah.
There you go.
I'm like, I don't know. And I love Taylor Swift.
We haven't done a Are They Okay in a long time.
Is Taylor Swift okay? No, just
yeah,
kidding.
she's doing fucking perfect.
Doing great.
She-
Where does she
doing
Where does
great.
she live though? She only got 1.1 billion dollars. Oh, she lives in Bahrain. Ooh.
You know who I want to know if they're okay? Do you remember the pop star Tiffany?
Yes.
I want to look up, since we're talking about pop stars.
Okay.
You mean like from the 80s?
Okay. Well,
Yes.
hold on.
Oh.
Well, let me. We have some new listeners here.
Okay.
So we have a segment on this show called "Are They Okay?"
We haven't done one in a long
We haven't done one in
time.
a long time. It's one of my favorite things to do, and it's where we take a celebrity from your childhood that you haven't heard about in a while, and we look up. We try to guess what their net worth is. You know, and it's like, and you're like, okay, what does that mean? It's like, well, you know, like if it's Todd Bridges from Different Strokes, you're like, well, is he doing okay? And it's like, well, he's worth about $200,000. Well, that's okay if he lives in like Ohio, but if he in like a small town in Ohio, but if he like lives in like Malibu, he's probably close to like
Destitute.
being homeless.
Yeah.
So you're saying the pop star Tiffany
Yes.
net worth, the stumble to the ground and then you say, I think we're alone now. Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
So Tiffany, she did that Playboy spread
Yeah.
a while back. She probably made some money off that. She probably does. And the other thing too that you got to throw in is, do they do these Comic-Cons?
I think she does little things like that.
Wasn't she
Okay.
known for like her mall tours?
Yeah.
Yeah, but there's not really malls anymore. So
Oh,
the
that's true.
thing.
And who
I'm
wants
gonna
to see
say-
Tiffany now at a mall?
I'm going to say Tiffany is worth $1.1 million.
Okay.
Okay.
I'm gonna say $2 million.
$2 million.
I'm
Damn
gonna say
it.
$2 million.
Your fucking price is riding me.
I am.
Wow. Okay. I was gonna go lower. I was gonna go like 500,000. But
Okay.
Okay.
I mean, you could be right. I could be like really
I'll-
breaking the bank.
I'll go
now.
with 500,000. And again, that could be like depending on where you live. 500, you could be set.
Let's see if it pulls up the right. Oh, yep. That's her. Tiffany Darwish. That's her name.
Yes. Yes.
She
Ooh.
is worth
That's a cute last name.
$4 million.
Oh my god.
Who said the most?
I did.
You
That
did.
was-
So two. Okay.
Yep.
So she's worth $4 million. Wow.
She's doing fine.
That's kind of surprising.
I mean, maybe she's just done a really good
Yeah.
job
Okay.
of like.
Yeah. I mean,
Maybe she also like invested well, which could be
All
a
right.
thing. I also didn't see like a spiral from
Yeah.
her, so
now that makes me want to go down one of these rabbit holes of like the pop star. What was her name? Belinda Carlisle.
oh yeah, let's see. Let's
Oh
see
man.
what she's doing.
What about Belinda Carlisle?
from the Go-Go's.
Yeah.
You know, I'm more worried about Jane Winstead. Is that her name?
I don't know who that is.
From the Go-Go's.
Oh. Well, I think Belinda Carlisle, she went solo, but she did have a heavy drug habit.
She really did.
Weedland, right? Weedland. She was in Bill and Ted.
Oh, okay. Oh, yeah. One of the girlfriends?
Jane Weedland played Joan of Arc in Bill and Ted, and
No,
she
my
was
bad.
the guitarist in the Go-Go's.
Okay. Well, let's do Belinda Carlisle first.
Yeah, I'm gonna say $4 million.
God, I'm going to say 800,000.
Are you?
Yeah.
It seems like I just saw her in the headlines recently. She's got to be doing all right. I'm gonna go 1 million.
Okay.
I think this Tiffany thing kind of threw me because I'm like, I don't know, maybe she did all right.
It's Carlisle.
What did you say, Chris?
800,000.
Oh, okay, I'm in the middle.
Okay. Net worth is that's close enough to me. Linda Carlisle, we've got $14 million.
Oh, she's doing all right.
Jesus.
I win this one again.
Motherfucker.
Well, and we also have to remember that right now we're going through a time where
Yeah.
80s is kind of coming back.
That's like the shit right now. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Like there's that song that Stranger Things used.
Oh, man.
That was all over the place.
Oh yeah,
this
they
year.
made the bank on that one, which is good.
Yeah.
Good for them, you know. Yeah, God
Are
Almighty,
you running up that hill?
running up
Running
the hill.
up the hill.
Then just like it just charted again out of nowhere. They're all
Yeah.
yes.
So who is the person you said, Smiley?
I want to say it's like
Do you want me to look it up?
yeah, Jane.
see.
I want to say it's
Yeah,
Jane
you
Whelan.
do it. Yeah,
Let's see. Jane from the Go-Go's.
yeah. I'm gonna say like I'm gonna say $1.5 million. I am really lowballing.
Jane Weedlin.
I did get it right.
Do you want me to look up the net worth?
Yeah, I'm gonna say 1.5 million because of royalties.
Yeah, now I'm looking at that 14 and I'm like, what?
I'm going to say 12 million.
Fuck, really?
I mean, I might break the bank, but I
Okay.
mean, look at. All right.
Yeah, see now I'm like, I don't know. At 14, she might be doing all right.
I'm gonna say 1.5 still. Stick
Okay.
with it. Sticking with it.
I'm gonna go with 4.
All right. Let's see. Jane from the Go-Go's net worth. Dang.
What?
Oh, no. Never mind. Never mind. Hold on. 8 million.
No way,
8 million.
son of a bitch.
Was that the closest on that one?
I
So
said
they're all doing good.
I said 12. What did you say?
4.
I said 1.5.
Yep.
Okay, doing fine.
I
then.
just feel like people are destitute
I feel like
with
when
their 1.5 million.
oh no.
Yeah, that's,
I feel like though this 80s resurgence is like really kind of helping these people
Yeah.
out. Cuz you know, even Danny, so she's 7 and you know who she loves is Stevie
Macchio?
Nicks. No, Stevie Nicks. Like she loves anything Stevie Nicks.
Okay.
Whether it's from what is that band she was in?
This
Fleetwood Mac.
Fleetwood Mac.
the Stevie Nicks band?
Just, you know, it really was just Stevie Nicks. No, Fleetwood Mac, she loves all Fleetwood Mac music and she loves like Stevie Nicks like solo stuff. And I was really kind of surprised, but I guess I shouldn't have been because it's kind of timeless. And, you know, her mom and I both play, you know, Fleetwood Mac constantly.
Oh well,
so-
there you go.
But she's really into like that vibe of music. So I've been playing a lot of like stuff for her that I'm like, here, let your brain be good.
Sometimes it doesn't always work. My mom had me listening to like Enya and
Aye.
Bob Dylan, and like it worked the opposite way. I'm like, well, I hate Enya and Bob Dylan.
What the fuck?
You hate Bob Dylan?
I have a Bob Dylan book right here. You take it home and you read it.
All
Educate yourself.
she played it all the time, and I'm like, I do not like this nasalized voice, Mom.
My mom played. I'll tell you what happened to me. My mom played fucking Neil Diamond for me, and I would pay a fuckload of money to go see Neil Diamond in concert.
Yeah.
It worked the opposite for me.
She's got the way to move me.
My parents listened to, like, my dad was, like, punk. So, like,
Yeah.
lots of, like, classic punk. And then my mom listened to country, and I'm the alternative as fuck.
I
so
mean-
I think that's where
okay.
that comes from.
Here's a question.
Yeah.
And I know we've done this probably a long time ago, but like I said Neil Diamond. Who's someone that like if you could see them and you had every chance to go see them, you would.
Do they have to be alive?
It has to be someone you can't see. I say Neil Diamond because he retired because he has Parkinson's or
It has
something
to
like
be
that.
somebody you can't see.
I mean, there's a lot of them for me, but just right away, Neil Diamond.
Can they be dead, though?
Sure.
I would say Johnny Cash.
Okay.
I know that's kind of like, but like
No,
really,
no.
truly, I think Johnny Cash or Steve Earle.
Yeah, man.
I would
Steve
pay.
Earle's alive.
I know, but I would pay good money to go see Steve
I mean,
Earle.
he's barely alive, but he's
Yeah.
alive.
I would pay a lot of money to go see.
I'm like, what?
But Johnny Cash is like my number one. But I love Steve Earle.
I hear the train. Yeah.
Oh my god.
Johnny Cash is up there on for me.
Yeah.
That's a big one. I mean, I saw him when I was a baby. I was like a little
Oh my
kid. My
God.
parents took me. I don't remember, but I was there.
You're like, but
I count it. Smiley.
I'm still thinking.
Okay.
All the bands I always wanted to see have come back, and I'm like, those wouldn't be people like
No one's died that you're like, shit.
they've started touring again. So I'm all like, oh, cool, I can go see them again.
one that I could, it could be possible is like, so I've seen Danzig live, but never with the Misfits because he left the Misfits.
Yeah, but he pops into them every
He
once in a while. They
does.
do it.
And that's why I'm saying it could happen.
Could.
But
I mean, they even played Denver.
like I would, if I had the money, I would pay top dollar to. But the other guy needs to not be there is the thing for me.
Which other guy?
What's his name? The one that took over and ruined the Misfits.
Jerry Only?
He needs to not be there.
Well, he was in the Misfits with.
No. The guy who replaced Danzig.
I thought that they just sang.
No.
What's funny about that is people shit all over Danzig, right?
yeah.
And then when he's back in the Misfits, then they love it.
Well, because
The same people.
he's
It's kind of an ass, right?
what is his name? Oh, Michael Graves.
Oh.
Michael Graves needs to not fucking be there.
Attitude. You got some fucking attitude.
That though, like Danzig Misfits defines my childhood because that's like my dad was listening.
Oh,
to.
they said Michael Graves. I can't believe what you said to me. You got some attitude.
Yeah.
See, I could do that. Yeah.
You're all, I could be the lead singer of the Misfits.
Yeah. Fucking A. Hook me up.
Do it.
I
would
mean, her
ta-
black.
I would take you over Michael Graves any day. As a matter of fact, Jake Otero, who is like probably my favorite comedian in Albuquerque, when he first started, he has a Misfits tattoo. And I walk up to him and I go, Danzig or Michael Graves? And he goes, Danzig. And
Oh, I know
say,
attitude
okay.
is Danzig. I'm just singing it. I'm just singing, Josue. Let me sing, man.
Let him express himself.
Yeah.
But seriously, if you're a Michael Graves fan,
Sympathizer.
yeah, I have found that I don't get along with those people, like objectively, without knowing that about them. I'm like, you're kind of a shitty person. And then I find out they're a Michael Graves fan and bleh.
No shit, y'all. Exactly.
Yeah. Yeah, I know exactly who he is, Josue. That
Yeah.
doesn't make it any better.
He said, "Sing away." Oh, now I don't wanna.
Now you're telling me what to do.
Fuck this bullshit. Anyway, so mine would be like Neil Diamond. Mine would be like Johnny Cash. That's up there.
Yeah.
It's up there. It's up there.
I'd say, all right, probably Steve Amato, because they're not a band anymore,
Steve and Edie. Okay.
and or like Radio Iodine,
Okay.
because I think they only released like one album, and I think some of the people died in that band. So
Oh.
He says he'll take Graves over the Jerry Fitz. See, I thought I was thinking of Jerry Only. Yeah, Jerry Only sang not well.
Yeah, I don't know.
yeah, so even when I remembered something, it's not like, I don't know, who wouldn't even notice that.
So you said Steve and Edie. Nice.
no.
What about Frank Sinatra? Would that be some?
I like his music, but he was a little problematic. I don't think I would.
Really? What did he do wrong? I'm just kidding.
I'm like, well, do you have 2 hours?
Ties to the mob. Probably treated women poorly.
The ties to the mob doesn't bother me so much. It's like
That's just a job.
yeah, whatever.
That's just how you got by in those days.
If I could make money by having ties to the mob, I would do it. I don't care.
Oh wow.
I would. It's kind of like, so when I was a kid, I loved Elvis, like a lot. I loved Elvis. And, there's some things
Young,
that came out.
attractive Elvis or fat eating banana
all of it.
and peanut butter
All
sandwiches
of it.
Elvis?
Just the whole thing.
I loved Elvis. Anything Elvis.
What did you think of that movie?
I loved it. I thought it was good. I thought, I am nervous to go see Priscilla.
Oh yeah, that's an
Because-
A24 movie too.
Yeah. And I'm kind of
Do you just like
nervous.
see that now and you're like, oh, this can be good? They make good movies.
I mean, they make good movies, but I'm kind of like, well, but here's the thing. Now that I'm older and I find out like how fucked up he was to women, it's kind of
Oh yeah.
it's kind of
I mean,
You know.
Priscilla Presley was like 14.
she was 14. As a matter of fact, when she moved into his house, she had to move. Her parents were dying to like go to her house, which by the way, what parents were just like, yeah, sure.
The ones that were like same people that were like giving their kids to Michael Jackson.
Yeah, sure. But she had to like, I guess she didn't want them to know they were sharing a bedroom. So she asked one of the people who worked there if she could just borrow his room for a little bit. And she tried to move as much stuff from their bedroom into this other bedroom to make it look like she had her own room.
Yes.
Oh wow.
And it's like, you hear stories like that and you're just like, what kind of fucked up? And there's other stuff that has come out, like how
yeah.
how
That's
much of a
just-
mama's boy he was to
Oh,
a sick,
yeah.
sick way.
Ooh.
And he basically expected any woman in his life to be his mama. And bleh, no thank you.
I was gonna say that's just the South.
Yeah, I mean,
You know who was never shitty to women? The Beatles. Just kidding. I'm just kidding. That's a joke. Oh man.
Well, that's another great one. Well, thanks to my mom, I'm like, oh, what is this terrible music you keep playing? They're the Beatles. I'm like, I'm never listening to them when I
wrong
grow
with
up.
you, man?
Well, I didn't
I'm
like my
kind of with
mom's.
him on that.
Not the fuck.
I didn't like my mom's taste in music.
The Beatles are.
I like some of it. I have changed a little bit
Okay.
because
I mean,
of
I'm
Hamster,
not
but-
talking. I'm not talking the fucking. I wanna hold your hand.
Hate it.
I hate that stuff. All that like early pop shit, no good. But their later
I
stuff
I
was
can do that.
was fucking amazing.
Maybe I haven't listened to the deep cuts enough, but
The deep cuts? You mean like Rubber Soul or the White Album or
I just-
Sgt. Pepper's?
I just haven't. No, Yellow Submarine, don't like it.
Well, okay, that I get.
That was a weird movie.
Yeah.
Well, that album's a little okay. I get that. But go listen to Sgt. Pepper's. Go listen to White Album.
Well, and then what's funny is like Hamster loves the Beatles.
Go listen to George Harrison.
Okay.
George Harrison was amazing.
Hamster loves the Beatles. He's like obsessed with the Beatles,
Mm-hmm.
and he'll play stuff, and then he catches me singing along. And he's like, "Oh, I thought you hated the Beatles." I'm like, "Well,
I sing along to commercials.
I sing along to what is it? Nationwide is
Oh.
on your side." Yeah, I do that too.
I
so-
guess people are chatting with us, but it's not coming through.
Oh no,
Weird.
who's chatting with us?
I don't know. I just went and looked at the Instagram feed and I saw a couple people.
Oh,
They're asking me if I saw the score or the football.
oh yeah.
They're married. That's her husband. Oh, okay. So Missy Hyatt and Matthew Robles are married. Okay. Ryan Freeman says hello. Let's see. Yeah, okay. Weird. It doesn't come through. I guess I need to now keep up with that. All right. My bad, guys, in the chat.
We're not ignoring you.
Yeah, it's not coming through StreamYard. StreamYard doesn't put it through in the. See, we have a merged chat between YouTube and Facebook.
Yeah. So
We
okay.
got to add a new one on there.
It doesn't. It's supposed to do it on its own, but I don't think it does.
How weird.
I mean, the fact that you can stream to Instagram now is like, whoa.
Wild.
It's been a long time. They say listen to the Beatles on acid. Of course, yeah.
I mean,
Well, and the big thing too, and I get into arguments with people about this all the time, is like one of the greatest influences on the Beatles was fucking Brian Wilson. Brian Wilson was such a fucking genius from the Beach Boys
Oh yeah, they're awesome.
that he would make these records,
love the Beach
and then
Boys.
the fucking Beatles would listen to it and they'd be like, "Fuck," and then they would have to go in the studio and try to like replicate or combat what Brian
Yeah.
Wilson was doing.
Well, and you know who loved the Beach Boys?
Who?
Charles Manson.
Wow.
It caused him to
Kinda.
murder people because they didn't.
Well, he was friends with them.
Yeah,
they
and
hung out
then
with-
he wanted to be a Beach Boy, and then
He wrote one of the songs, I think.
Helter Skelter.
Well, no, he did not write Helter Skelter. The Beatles wrote Helter Skelter.
Well, but then he used Helter Skelter as like anyway.
Yeah.
Sorry, that's just who I am as a person. I know all the serial killer facts you need. To
No,
know.
he was friends with one of the Beach Boys.
He was.
And he wrote one of the songs that they used, I believe.
Yeah, and then he lost his fucking mind.
I don't know. He seemed okay. I'm just kidding. I'm kidding. He was fucking terrible.
You're all shave yourself, get a haircut.
It was his eyes. is what did it. Like
Yeah.
anytime I'd see a picture of a ooh.
Yeah, I remember when like a couple of years ago they're all, Quentin Tarantino's making a movie about Charles Manson, and I was like, really? I was like, that seems like a really odd choice for Tarantino. And then that movie was Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, and I was like, this fucking movie's not about Charles Manson. I mean, he's in it,
Yeah.
but it's not about him, kinda.
I kind of want to see that Quentin Tarantino's take on Charles Manson because it would be
I
wild.
mean, that was it, I think.
No, I want a whole movie
Yeah.
just from his child. I don't know. I think if somebody really creative made a movie about Charles Manson, it would be the stuff of nightmares, and it would be
Don't
great.
look at Tarantino then.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true.
He would be like a superhero by the end of it.
What if it was like, what is that style of film that everybody was doing reels about?
Style of film that who did?
That everybody was like making reels about, like they would go to a coffee shop and it would be
Oh.
like, with the happy music in the background, and it's just like shots of people like standing still.
Oh, huh.
Anyway, it's a style of it. They should do that, but it's Charles Manson with happy music in the background. A Wes Anderson film.
Oh, Wes Anderson film.
Like-
Oh, yeah.
It's just like Charles Manson and his girls, but it's Wes Anderson.
I got to tell you about Wes Anderson. I love Wes Anderson.
Yeah.
The last couple of fucking movies have been shit.
Like what?
Asteroid City.
I haven't
watch
seen
it.
that yet.
Oh, it is.
I've heard
it
it's
is-
terrible.
It is terrible.
It looks so pretty.
It sure
How's
sure does.
How's the cinematography?
Great.
Oh, I love it.
You can just play music in the background.
Yeah, dude, don't even watch what was the one, the French fucking whatever Dispatch? Terrible.
Didn't watch that either.
Terrible.
That was a letdown for me.
French... it's better than Asteroid City.
But Asteroid City looks prettier.
I don't care. It's fucking terrible. If somebody liked that movie, you tell me. And it was really weird because like I heard nothing about it. Like I saw that it came out, nothing about it. Then all of a sudden it's on Peacock, and I was like, what the fuck? I
Yeah.
was like, all right, I'll go watch on Peacock. And we watched it, and I was like, at the end of it, I was like absolutely devastated that it was so bad.
Oh no!
Because I love Wes Anderson, and
And the cast looked amazing.
the cast is amazing. Like I love Royal Tenenbaums.
Yeah.
I love Rushmore.
Yeah.
I love The Life Aquatic.
Yes.
I love Grand Budapest Hotel. It could
I
be my
love
favorite.
that movie.
And then
Didn't it have like an island of dogs?
that one's great. That
Yeah.
also is great.
Wonder Woman.
Fantastic Mr. Fox,
Oh,
also
man.
great.
Yeah.
And then he is just shit the bed.
Well, it happens.
Yeah, I know.
Sometimes you gotta take the movies. You just have to take the bits you like. Like my favorite way to watch Inception is with on mute.
Oh, I like that
Yeah.
movie.
I know, but it's so beautiful.
Yeah.
and
It
you
is
can get
beautiful.
the story. The storyline makes complete sense if you take away the dialogue. You can just understand. It's like it's done so well.
So I saw this thing, and I don't know if it's true or not, but the movie Tenet that he did, he was in a spin class virtually. I don't know if this is true or not, but supposedly he's in a spin class and it's virtual, and the spin instructor, because it's one of those ones where they're live.
Yeah.
And the spin instructor, I saw the video of the spin instructor, and she's like, oh man, she's like, I stayed up watching this movie Tenet last night. Does anybody watch this? That movie is absolutely shit.
Oh no.
And apparently he was like in the spin class doing,
Ouch.
and he's like, wow. She's like, no one understand it. She's like, it's fucking shit. And I'm just like, that's amazing,
That's
because
not amazing for him, but
no, but like, yeah, because we're all fragile like artists, and you hear that and you're like, oh my god.
and then you're dying also while in a workout. That'd be terrible.
Oh.
You're all. I need a new spin glass.
Right.
Speaking of movies, and I think I have talked ad nauseum about how much I love the Barbie movie.
That's great.
Yeah.
Can we talk about how the plot of the Barbie movie came to life
Oh,
when
yeah.
fucking Ken was nominated
Uh-huh.
and Margot Robbie and
Greta Gerwig.
Greta Gerwig were not nominated? And I was like, these motherfuckers.
James Brown was laughing. It's all a man's world. It's fucked up, right?
It just when women talk about how hard it is just to be a woman,
She's salty. You hear her.
she
The dog
is
is upset.
worked up.
The dog is upset.
I have to tell you that like there's a lot of things in that movie that really resonated, and that movie would not have happened without Greta Gerwig.
No.
Oh no.
And
But it would have came out. It would have done well its first weekend,
yeah.
and then it went.
But without her writing, and
Right.
So the speech that she gives about like women and like you have to be this, but you can't be that. So I teased in the first hour that I was going to talk about why I'm taking a little bit of a break from comedy, and the real truth is that comedy in a lot of ways kind of became like hard for me because my confidence went to shit because there were people who were saying like. Somebody came to one of my shows and they saw my headshot on the flyer and it's an old headshot and I don't look like the headshot. Well, here's the deal. I'm not an actress. I'm a fucking comedian who has 2 kids at home. I don't have time right now. And I didn't put a headshot that doesn't look like me. It's just I've gained a little weight because I had a fucking baby.
Another one?
No. No. But it takes years, especially when you have one after 30. I'm going to tell you, it's hard. And then, people have just been really kind of harsh with me about how my comedy has changed, because my comedy really has changed because my life has changed. And I write my comedy based on my life.
As you should.
And that's just how I work. And, I could go out there and I could tell my old jokes about dating and I could tell my old jokes about how I felt about life, but that's not fun for me anymore because I don't feel that way about life anymore. And so I'm taking a little bit of a break because I have had a really hard time. Like, and the truth of the matter is, if I was still out there doing the same stuff, those same people would say that I was a shitty mom.
Sure.
Those same people would make me feel shitty. So I really feel in a lot of ways I can't win right now. And there's one comedian in particular that he loves to cut people down and he loves to make a show of it. And it shouldn't bother me, but it definitely got in my head. So I'm having to take a little step back. And that sucks.
Yeah, it sucks. You shouldn't do that.
But,
and fuck that guy.
Yeah.
Or girl.
No, it's okay.
Okay.
That would be so weird. That'd be like, someone comes up and be like, you know what? Smiley, I prefer old Smiley.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I'm like, when I was like drunk 24/7.
Yeah.
Right.
And that's how I feel too, is like, oh, you want me to go back to being a depressed sack of shit?
Sure.
Okay. So all that therapy and all this stuff that I have worked on to become a better version of me is crap, I guess. Like, cool. Thank you for that.
Is this okay? First of all, people that tell you stuff like that usually are projecting, and they're telling you like what someone needs to tell them.
Yeah.
And fuck all that shit, man. When people
Right.
tell me, said I looked heroin chic the other day,
Oh my
Whoa.
and I
god.
was like, what in the fuck?
People are fucked up.
And I just looked at him like, are you fucking? Is there something wrong with you? And so then that was when
That
I
was
proceeded to
magic.
tell them that I lost weight for my health.
Right.
And, fuck, like, yeah.
And I would love to say, like, I think in a lot of ways, one of the things that has, like, not helped me is pretending that it wasn't a thing that happened. I was trying to be like, no, fuck that. I don't give a fuck
Right.
if somebody, but you know what? I do. And,
Of course we all do.
and I decided to talk about it because it just like women have, and this isn't me saying women are better than men. I don't believe that. As a feminist, even as a feminist, I don't believe that. I think everybody has value, but women go through a lot of things that men don't understand.
Sure.
And especially when it comes to being a mom.
And vice versa.
Oh, yeah, of course. But when it comes to being a mom, there is not a man on the planet that knows what it feels like.
No.
There's not. And I'm not saying that moms are better than
Right.
men. I'm not saying moms are better than dads even. But there is a significant change that happens in your brain. It happens with your body. Just everything fucking changes.
Sure.
And I feel guilty no matter what I do now that I'm a mom. You know what I mean? I feel guilty when I'm out late at a show. I feel guilty that I'm not doing as much comedy as I wanted. It like I can't win. And so I thought it was important to like point out that like I'm working on it. I'm going to get back out there, but it really, really fucked me up.
Well, let me tell you something. It doesn't matter if you're a man or a woman. You're an artist.
Yeah.
And the fucked up thing about people is when they see someone successful, and somebody posted this the other day, and it's absolutely true. And especially here in Albuquerque, we're crabs in a bucket. When one crab gets to the top and starts climbing out, the other crabs grab it and pull it back down. 'Cause
Yeah.
we don't want one of us to do better than the rest of us, and it's fucking bullshit.
It is.
So you're on this show, you're successful. You're doing comedy shows, you're successful. You're getting picked to be on things. You're putting on events. Well, people who do drugs all night, fucking, have to scrounge up $20 to fucking buy an all-subs burrito and a fucking tall-sup. They're gonna come out and they're gonna be like, "Oh, I'm super cool and I'm underground and I'm gonna talk shit to you, Holly," because
Right.
that's what they think is that's what's gonna make them feel better, and it's not.
Yeah.
And the fact that you're taking it and you're like, "I'm not gonna do comedy because of this."
Yeah.
No, absolutely not. They're trying to pull you back down,
Yeah.
and you should just say "fuck you" and shake them loose and just say "see you later."
Right.
And that's Albuquerque. Albuquerque is really bad about that. We're all artists. We all have imposter syndrome. We all live in this world where we don't think that we should get the accolades that we get.
Yeah.
We don't. We sit here and we see ourselves differently than other people see us.
Yeah.
And they see us like, wow, this person has it all together. They're doing well. Da da da. And then we look in the mirror and are like, Jesus Christ, I don't know how. Why do people keep asking me to do stuff? Why do because that's how we are.
Yeah.
No one's critiques on
No.
me could be anywhere near as savage as my own.
Yeah, that's
right.
true.
Now, what you really should wonder is, why do you have real estate in this person's head in the first place?
Yeah, sure. Well,
Because if you're not doing well and you suck, why do they give a fuck?
right. Well, and I want to be clear. I'm not quitting comedy. That's
Yeah.
not a thing.
I know.
But what I realized was that this had really like given me anxiety in a new way that I had not experienced
Sure.
before. I used to be able to just shake it off.
Yeah.
I have been called so many things, and I've been doing it for it'll be 10 years in April.
Sure.
And I'm not quitting, but what I did realize is like, okay, I need to fix myself where this doesn't affect me, and where when I come off stage, I feel good about what I did, instead of being like putting out crap
Right.
because I'm holding back.
I'll tell you why it used to not affect you and now it does.
Hmm.
Because you didn't have a lot to lose. Now you do.
Yeah.
That's why it affects you. And when I say you have a lot to lose, you're successful. Before you were like this person.
Yeah.
You were fucking scrounging $20 out of the
Yeah.
fucking cushion of the couch. So if somebody called you a whore or called you whatever name they called you, you're like, whatever, fuck it, I don't care. Now you have a family,
Yeah.
which is being success. That's a success. Not only do you have a family,
Yeah.
you have a family and you're out fucking doing what they're doing, and they don't even have that part of it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You're doing this and that, and so now you have more to lose. Now
Yeah.
you're like, well, fuck. So there's more on the line. That's the anxiety. When you have more, when you have when you get successful, it gives you responsibility.
Yeah.
Now you're like, okay, shit. Before I was just hungry and I was digging and I was pulling and
Yeah.
I was whatever, and I had nothing to lose. Now I'm a little bit, I'm successful. Now I could lose this, and this.
Right.
And that's where the anxiety comes in, and that's why they're talking shit to you.
Yeah, sure.
I mean,
I guess you're right.
That's true.
And see, this is why I talk about these things, because also it's like nice to have Chris and Smiley who are like, we really are friends.
Well, let me tell you what Smiley was saying.
Oh, God.
That
I can only imagine.
fucking son of a bitch.
But, I think also I have heard, and I don't know how true some of it
Yeah.
is, but like people have been telling me some of the people that are saying things, and it's like,
Nah.
are you fucking kidding me? Like, those are some of the people I considered friends
Sure.
and colleagues. And, here's the deal. This always happens in our scene when things change and people get fucking shitty.
Yeah.
And the thing is like, you're not going to get anywhere doing that.
No.
you know,
You
like-
want to see it fucking really explode? when one person punches through and goes big.
Yeah. Well, and
Oh shit.
the thing is the some of the stuff that people are being shitty about are like not even, worth being shitty about.
No, of course not.
Like just do what you're doing and don't worry about what other people are doing because everybody struggles the same. But like, fuck, man. And it's about to be award season again. And I'm just waiting for people to just be assholes.
Oh. You mean I was like the Oscars?
No,
What the
no,
fuck
no.
do we care about that?
I don't care about the Oscars, but like
Albuquerque the magazine.
know-
And you know what? All of those are fucking dumb. And I'm so tired of those fucking things. And I've said it on this show a million times. Everybody's like, those things are rigged as fuck.
well, and I think
We've rigged them.
I think that it's cool.
I'm the best. I'm the fourth best local influencer in Albuquerque.
I mean, I think it's cool. I'm gonna say this.
With that voice, I'm not surprised.
Yeah. No. Whoever won that. Whoever won that.
Here's the thing. I think those things are cool, but you have to take it the way it's supposed to be
Yeah.
taken. And the way it's supposed to be taken is it's getting eyes on whatever scene
Yes,
it is. And
yeah.
you can't get upset about it. Like, come on, man.
Yeah.
And
Now, if okay, the only way those things would be worth a shit is if they were chosen anonymously by the people who run the thing. It wasn't like the fans get to vote.
yeah.
The fucking fans vote. Like,
I think it would be, here's the thing.
so ridiculous.
If we had a 10 drink awards,
We
which
should.
actually is not a bad idea.
No, I've thought about it many
I
times.
think people would be surprised
Yeah.
who we would choose.
Yeah.
Because I'm going to tell you right now, some of the people I choose,
Oh, you have to go to the bathroom.
I forgot to go to the bathroom.
Oh, you didn't go to the bathroom whenever I said we should all go to the bathroom.
I was playing ball with the dog.
Okay.
and
All right.
suddenly Chris has become
Yeah.
everybody's parent.
I was playing catch with the dog.
Go
I'm sorry.
pee.
Go.
We'll talk without you.
But I think people would be surprised at some of my picks because
Yeah.
they wouldn't necessarily be my friends.
No.
I'll tell you that right
Well,
now.
no, I mean, we would.
And not that my friends aren't badass, but
No. Right.
I think people would be surprised who would get chosen
Mm-hmm.
if it's anonymous and we don't know which one of us chose.
Sure.
And I don't know. I think that might be kind of cool.
Do we have to take a printer and print out a certificate
No.
and then frame it and give it to the people?
No.
As chosen by the 10 drink minimum staff.
But I would also do like silly awards.
But it makes me laugh when the fucking comedians are like, oh man, Albuquerque the magazine, the best comedian was voted. Dude, they let people vote as many times as they want.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
I don't know.
Actually, the only one that I think is worth a shit is that New Mexico
Yep.
media. Is it media?
a New Mexico Entertainment Magazine.
That one. Because you know what? They only let you vote once.
Yep.
And then that's to get into the nominations.
And last year,
Yeah.
it was a fucking shit show because of at least the comedy thing
Mm-hmm.
was a fucking shit show because of some baby dick who didn't know how to just chill the fuck out.
Oh, they didn't get in.
Oh, it's he actually made it in, but he was such a baby dick about it. And I was like, just shut up. Just shut the fuck up.
Also, if you look up New Mexico Entertainment Awards, there's a podcast category.
There is. And if you want to vote for,
10 drink minimum, and I think there's a host one.
Oh.
Me, not Holly. Just kidding.
Wouldn't that be? But here's the thing.
That would be fucked up.
If Chris won, if we were both nominated, I wouldn't even be mad. I'd be like, we
Yeah.
were both nominated. That's
Now,
fucking
if
cool.
Pollyann won, I would be fucking
He would.
livid.
He would fire me.
She's not a host anymore. I'm just kidding.
But the other thing that makes me so mad about these things is I genuinely am always happy about whoever wins because I'm like, that's awesome. And people call me fake for that. And I'm
Sure.
like, no, that's who I am as a person.
If people are
I don't care.
if people are talking about you, it means you're doing something right.
Yeah, I mean,
That's what it is, man.
I just think that here's the deal. There's a reason I don't like roasts. I like watching them. I think people who do roasts
Yeah.
are fun,
Yeah, they're pretty rough.
but I can't.
Nah.
It's not who I am as a person because
No.
I love to tell people how much they're awesome.
Right.
That's just who I am. And every time I've been part of a roast, I have roasted people with kindness. And sometimes that's a good tactic because then they don't know what to do.
Sure.
Because
Oh, you don't get up there and like start rapping about
can't.
rapping about how shitty your life is, so that it takes away all of their ammunition. 8 Mile.
No, I just like I say stuff like, "Hey Chris, you know what I really love about you? It's how much your glasses are fucking killing it. Roasted."
Are you talking shit to me?
Yeah, see?
How dare you? Someone literally said I was heroin chic the other day.
That's not nice.
And I was
but-
Is that supposed to be a compliment?
I guess. And they're like, "You're looking very heroin chic," and I was like, "Yeah, it's because I had bad health and I had to lose a bunch of weight."
You're all.
And then they felt bad and they're like,
It's
"Oh,
not
they're like,
terminal.
and they're like, I'm very sorry." And I was like, "But I did it using heroin."
The only people I really roast and am mean to are people I actually like know personal. Like Hamster gets all my roasts
Yeah.
because that's how I show affection. And I think that's also why I have a hard time being mean to people that are not like
Right.
loved ones.
Same.
Because I don't want to just be mean to be mean. But like you know, I roast Hamster relentlessly every day.
As you should.
I think that's the key to a strong, healthy relationship.
Right. See, now you had to go pee and you let the dog out.
It's just a shit
Smiley's
show.
fucking up today. Get the write-ups ready.
Wouldn't it? Oh my god, if Smiley won Best Host
Oh, man.
Chris would riot.
Jeez.
in the streets.
No, I would love it. I would think it's great.
No, we love Smiley.
Yeah. All right. Should we end this fucking charade?
That'd be hilarious.
Charade.
James Smiley, best host.
New Mexico Entertainment. I'm fine with that. As long as we get in the mix. Because we never get... Let me tell you something. Here's what irritates the fuck out of me. Like, I've been doing this 17 years. You've been doing this like
10?
10. You've been
I'm
doing
in
this
6.
6. And probably because we're not the nicest people. But like, we don't get... Like, there's so many things we get looked over for. Mm-hmm. Tons. And it's probably because of the name.
Yeah.
But I sit there and I watch people get picked who've done this for like a minute, and all of a sudden they're like on TV, you know, whatever. And it's like, whatever, fine. And you know what? It doesn't upset me. I'm fine with it because it's who we are. And everybody's like, "Oh, you got to change this so you can get a sponsor." Not going to do it. You got to change this so you can make money. Not going to do it.
Yeah.
And that's what we do.
Well,
But
and
it is painful to watch people get things that I feel like we should have got.
yeah.
And then I watch them just like fucking untalentlessly shit all over it and fuck it up.
This is why we don't win awards.
That's right.
Well, I think we're all brutally honest.
This is
Yeah.
exactly how it would sound while accepting it.
Right. No, and that's me. I mean, like, I'd be up there to get the award and I'd be like, thank God they finally opened their stupid eyes and, you know, no, you know what I mean though.
I don't know. This year I feel like
Did you think I was going to say nice shit?
no.
No.
I knew you weren't. I was bracing for it.
You know what I'm talking about.
I do.
You see some shit and you're like, really?
Yeah. Oh no.
Okay.
I do.
All right. Which is fine. And all power to those people.
Sure.
Here's how I look at it. I'm not upset of the people that got it. And I look at it and I'm not like, you didn't deserve it. I don't look at that at all.
No.
Because that's bullshit. When it comes to show business, when it comes to this kind of stuff, if someone offers you something and it's a leg up and it's an in, you fucking take it.
Yeah.
You don't fucking look at the mirror and go, do I deserve it? You run with it. You take the ball and you fucking run with it. But it's the gatekeepers, which, you know, whatever, that you know, it's the mainstream fucking media of motherfuckers that I just get tired of. And it's like, you safe, you know, they always play it safe. They fucking, I don't care.
Chris, are you okay?
No. But no, I am. I just get tired of it. But I'm not upset at the people who take the opportunity. You take that opportunity.
No, absolutely.
And I'm proud of you for taking that opportunity because I fucking, that was the one thing I wish someone would have told me back in the day.
Yeah.
Don't have imposter syndrome. When somebody says, "Hey, we think you should do this," say yes. Because it was the moment that I started doing that was the moment I started doing well.
Well, and since we're on this subject, and then we can end it.
Sure.
So somebody won an award. I'm looking at which award he won.
And I don't mind the award-winning shit.
You know, I don't either. But I think it's worth shouting out. Oh, he won Best of the City in Albuquerque, the magazine. His name's Benny Martinez.
Oh, okay.
And he has been around forever, and I look up to him. And let me tell you why I look up to him. Because he is super positive to everybody. He is super supportive, super positive. He hosted the Santa Ana comedy show thing for years, and he got done dirty. He's been on the radio. He's done so much, and people were real fucking shitty about it.
Wow.
And let me tell you something. There are people I look up to in comedy, and Benny is one of them. And not because, like, you know, I mean, people can think whatever they want about a comedian's work, but he is stable, reliable, consistent. He's kind. He's easy to work with. And, like, he's been doing it for fucking ever. He probably got so many votes because people recognize his fucking name.
Right.
So, I don't know. I'm here to say I was super happy to see that Benny won that award. I think he deserved it.
Not me. He's a
Full
cop.
stop.
He's a cop.
How
He's a dirty
dare
cop.
you?
No, I'm just kidding.
How fucking dare you?
No, I'm sure he deserved it.
No, he's...
I'm not upset with somebody who won an award.
No.
I just feel like these gatekeeper media motherfuckers, we got to stop sucking their dick.
Yeah.
And look to where, you know, real fucking shit is. And it's bullshit. Like, who cares? Who cares about the fucking local news? Fuck them. They tell you bullshit lies anyway.
Yeah,
I'm trying to get these people on the show who are a bunch of journalists, and I don't know their shit. City Desk Albuquerque.
Yeah.
And supposedly it's like a nonprofit group that they're just trying to do, like, they're trying to, like, hold the city accountable for shit. And I was like, hell yeah, that's the kind of people I want on the fucking show.
Yeah.
I've seen a couple of their articles.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, you know, they're the ones who were eating the chips, and I was like, fuck yeah, Allsup's chips, I'll go eat that shit.
I like them, and I like, there's a guy on Instagram that does news, and also he makes fun of things in Albuquerque. I think it's called, like, Hotspot Albuquerque or something.
Okay.
And
that guy's a cop. I'm just kidding. Fuck him.
there is another private news organization all over social media that are, in fact, cops.
Really?
And fuck them.
Fuck the police. That's why they don't come to my house for 2 hours when someone's breaking in to kill me.
Let me see here. They have a name. They have a list.
Burnett. Yeah, sorry, we're busy.
You'll be fine.
Super busy. I will say this. After I reported it, it only took the city 1 month and 3 weeks to get me a new trash can.
Oh my God.
So yeah, cool.
Things are going great over
Thanks
here.
Thanks for the new trash can finally. And I'm sure I will be charged for it.
They got you a new one?
Yes.
Oh, that's cool.
It only took 1 month and 3 weeks.
What did you do with your trash?
I would have to take it down the street to the Circle K and throw it in their dumpster. It took me 3 times of reporting it, twice online, and a phone call to finally get said trash can.
Jesus.
Awesome.
And see that's insane because actually,
Good job, Keller.
There's like one of the wind advisory warnings is all about where your trash can is at. If your cat is like tonight, you might be looking for your trash can down the street.
Well, someone is in my trash can floating down the Rio Grande. So my old one, new one's got the address spray painted on the side. So I'll come find it.
Mine flew away a couple years back. I just found a new one.
Maybe it's got an air tag on it. I don't know.
It's got an air tag on it.
Anyway, we're gonna let you go with that. Thanks, City of Albuquerque. Here, let's get you the explosions. Boom.
Ooh.
Thanks, City of Albuquerque. And if you don't understand, if you're listening to the audio and you're like, "What are the explosions?" You got to watch live, or you got to watch the video. So,
it's good time.
thank you, Holly Ann. Thank you, Smiley.
Yeah, thank you.
With that,
We are 10 drink minimum.